Not too bad at all, mate. I'm knackered. I totally forgot we were doing this till about 10 minutes ago. I was like, oh no. I was led down, I was watching TV and you ruined my day. Yeah.
Okay, I think we're live, folks. Welcome to Grumpy Vegan Grandad. Peace with Reese is coming through the back door as usual. The back door man.
That's me. That's what they called me in high school.
Is it the back door man?
That's what they said, yeah.
I'm not even going to go down that road with you at the moment. Let's just have a quick see who's aboard. So first, Vegan Pixie Warrior. Yes. Michael Askew, not first but near enough. No, I'm sorry, second. You don't get prizes for second on this. Slightly Crazy Vegan, here ready and waiting. We know you're always ready and waiting, you crazy vegan. That's why you're crazy vegan. Vegan something, hello there. Katya Marinova, how are you, darling? Peace with Reese. Oh, God, let him come on board. Leon, ahoy there. I'm surprised there's this many people here when it's beautiful weather out there, guys. Have all of you got no life like us? We've got another addition here. Who's this? It's Leon.
Hey, no way.
Hello, mateys.
Hello there. Ahoy there. Arr. Arr. That's very relevant, that arr, by the way, because I've got a great stream coming next Saturday with
I'm so excited.
With vegan pirates, real vegan pirates.
What?
So yeah. Oh, we got Jose. Hola. Mucho gusto. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you too well. Where's your mother, Jose? Where's your mother? Where is she?
Oh, she's at work.
Oh, man. I thought I was going to meet her tonight.
I know, she wanted to see you too.
Did she?
Yep.
Oh, now we got something going. I'm gonna get my get some of my romantic records on ready for when she comes home from work. Where's Reese gone?
No, it's all right. My camera keeps glitching. I think I found a workaround.
What's Emily do? What? Have I been taking magic?
I think that's because you're a posh soy boy, Reese.
That's probably it, mate. Yeah.
Why's Emily got like a psychedelic background that makes me feel like I've taken shitloads of magic mushrooms?
That's because I had this background when on the last StreamYard thing I did, which was with that vegan teacher.
Why are you black and white?
What? Am I black and white?
You're black and white with red lips. What's going on? This is freaky, man.
What? You mean my background or me?
No, you look black and white. You don't
definitely
look,
you.
You don't look colour.
Hang on, wait.
Have you got a filter on?
No. I've got lots of lights on.
Oh, look, peace with Reese. He's lost everything. Look, Mr. Posh Boy. Mr. Posh Boy with all his posh gear, and it's all gone wrong.
Not come on here to be assaulted, mate.
Yes, you did. This is why you come on. You love it, you slag.
Yeah, you're not wrong if I'm being honest.
Oh, there's a few more people coming. Angrod's Live, hello there. Vegan Dollhouse, hello, welcome. Tracy Shuttleworth, pleased to see you here, Tracy. God, there's so many people. Martin Algra, thank you for your comments on my on some of my videos. Joni Craft, hello there. How are you? Yes, Vegan Potterhead, nice to see you. Now listen, people, this is an open mic, so anybody can join. I will maybe get to the point where we have to kick people and to add other people, but I'm sure that's not.
We're starting with Reese.
But
yeah,
Leon. Wow, your first time on my stream successfully, mate, and you're right in there with it. You've got
Leon.
Wow, of course I do.
My stream successfully, mate, and you're right. Right, who's got the stream on? You've got.
Leon.
I think it's
Leon.
Of course I do.
I think it's Michael Farry. Michael Farry, I'm just going to drop you. I think you've got the stream running in the background. And I can't see anything, only what seems to be the inside of your underpants there. What the hell are we looking at there, Michael? So I'm going to...
PG-13, Michael, come on. You can do it.
Hello. Oh, we're turning. We're turning. Oh, whoa. Oh, and... Yes, we are there.
Fabulous.
Right, okay. Right. Hello, Michael.
Hello, yeah.
And
I just wanted to ask
yes.
something. I just wanted to ask something. I just saw your live broadcast come up. I saw a video. Hello, yeah. I saw a video of you with Charlie V. I just wanted to ask something. I just wanted to ask something. I just saw your live broadcast come up.
Right, Michael, can I
saw a video.
Michael, can I just stop you for 1 minute? I think you've got the stream
Oh
running.
yeah, I saw a video of you with Charlie V.
I've just muted him. Sorry, guys. Michael, if you can hear me, come back on the stream. But what I think, either put some earphones in or take off the YouTube stream once you come onto StreamYard, because it loops around and causes an echo. So come back on and you'll be welcome. Asshole for the Animals is here. Hello, Asshole for the Animals.
Hey, hello.
Martin.
Hey.
Yes. Hello. I'm
Hello
not
there.
Dutch
turning on my
dude.
camera, by the way, because I am not wearing a shirt, as it's extremely hot in my room. So.
Listen, there's no body shaming on here, mate. There's no body shaming.
No, but I
Not at
don't think
all.
YouTube will like that, will they? Or is it?
Male
I don't
nipples
know.
are okay on YouTube. It's the
Oh,
female
yeah.
nipple
Yes,
they get
of
fussy
course.
about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As
That's
long as you keep it
total
above
sense.
the waistline, you know?
Woo, as long as you don't do this. Woo! As long as you don't do that.
All right then.
Right, I'm going to be... Now, I don't know how this is going to work, right? So we've got vegan... right. Okay, so vegan dragon, vegan dollhouse. I'm at my limit of 6. So if you guys can... let's say we'll talk for 20 minutes and then you guys pop on in 20 minutes. Is that okay, guys? Give me a thumbs up. Vegan dragon, can you hear me?
Or we just kick out Reese. I mean.
Well, there is something I'd like to go through because we need to, because they can't hear me at the moment. Let me just drop. Let me think. Jose, can I just drop you for a second? Stay on. It's only for a second while I tell Vegan Dragon and Vegan Dollhouse. Can you hear me?
Betrayal, Dan.
Yes,
The
he can hear me.
betrayal.
No,
How
it
dare you.
doesn't matter, Jose. Vegan Dollhouse, just drop off. Watch the stream for 20 minutes and then I'll bring you on because I'm at my limit of 6 people on the stream. I cannot bring you on at the moment. So Vegan Dragon is totally oblivious. So I'm just going to leave him there looking at whatever he's looking at. He's a strange fruit. Anyway, so listen, guys. Right, okay. So let's go around. We've got Peace with Reese, who has a channel.
That's right.
Please go and follow Peace with Reese, even though he has got more subscribers than me now. He overtook me, and he seems to
And
like
don't forget
gloating
to
on that.
downvote everything.
Yes, thumbs down everything on Reese's channel.
He buys all his
interaction.
subscribers, so it's not really a feed.
That's correct.
Yeah, he buys his family buys him the subscriptions, so that is why. Then we've got Leon, who has no channel, but he's a constant contributor. He does some brilliant replies. He comes to your aid when you get trolled to hell on the channel, so big up to Leon. Jose Rezo, he has a beautiful mother who I love dearly.
Oh, Dan, behave.
And he has a channel as well. He's a dancer. He does some amazing stuff. So please, what's it called? Your channel, Jose? Is it Jose Rezo?
Jose Razo.
Jose Razo. Okay, yeah. And then we've got slightly crazy vegan Emily Walsh, who likes to just go like totally naked and likes to. She does topiary on her channel, all about topiary. You can see her trimming her bush most days, can't we, Emily? You love to trim your bush on screen. So yes.
Only on Snapchat.
And then we've got Asshole for the Animals, who's just like a troll who comes on and like trolls us. And
What? I am slightly offended right now.
you're never offended. Anyway, Grumpy Vegan
By
Grandad.
the way, if I may, a friend of mine has just made a Discord server called Carnage Police, there was already an Instagram account, but the idea behind it is that we will host debates between vegans versus vegans and carnists versus vegans.
Okay.
And we will eventually make a YouTube channel to upload it there. But
Okay,
yeah, that's.
Have you got a link for it that I can put up?
I can look for it.
Screen share. So listen, guys,
I can find a link. Let me look.
I'm looking at. Wow, I can't believe Reese is actually trolling me in the chat as he's on my channel. Will you stop it?
What am I doing? What are you chatting?
Vegan Dragon. No, right. What it is, folks, we're at the limit of 6 people. So what we'll do is we'll chat a little bit. We'll get through a few things, and then I'll invite people to come on. We'll kick people who piss me off or I get bored of. We'll just kick them.
Nice knowing you, Reese.
No discrimination. We're all the same here. We're all equally annoying. So yeah, in our own ways.
Well, why don't we kick you out?
What's happened to? Where's he gone?
I don't know.
The nipples were too much for YouTube.
That's it. They cracked down on the mayonnaise.
I'm really glad he's gone. You know? he was turning me on with his bare chest. Yeah. Right. So, Asshole for the Animals is back. Oh, he's here again. He was looking. We were just talking about you, my friend.
I'm doing this on my phone, so I can't open YouTube and this website at the same time. I was going to share the link in the YouTube live stream comment section or whatever chat. That's what it's called. But I'll just share it here. Maybe you can share it.
Yeah, if you share screen, I can put it up on the screen. So, yeah, some of the things we want to talk about. I mean, we were going to go through the comments, me and Reese, but I didn't expect everybody to join. I thought people had lives.
It's weird, because usually you're not very popular, so...
That is extra low blow for me, Grumpy. You know it.
Hey, Grumpy, it's 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Is it? Oh, and you still... Yeah, but you're ADHD like me, so you just don't sleep.
I have ADHD and I sleep.
What's this? Oh, Mooncat, he's up Reese's ass again. Never keep Reese easily out of this stream.
He's a good boy.
How much is your family paying him, Reese? How much is your family paying this guy?
12 quid an hour, but it's standby pay, so it's decent wage.
Does he live in the shed at the bottom of the garden of your family mansion in Wales or what? You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. So yeah,
actually gets paid in nooch, mind you.
In nooch, yeah.
Hey, Grumpy, tell them about the VCC.
The VCC?
The vegan content creators.
Yes, I know what it is. Well, why don't you tell them, seeing that it's your creation?
Okay. So we have a Discord server for vegan content creators. So anyone that's a social media influencer that is vegan, that is making current content, please message me on Instagram, Slightly Crazy Vegan, and let me know if you're interested in joining, and I can send you a link. We do collaborations between other vegan influencers. We also give each other advice and just hang out and chill.
Exactly.
Brilliant. So yeah, please do that, guys. Please do that. I mean, we're all working together. We all need to help each other. So yeah, I want to ask you guys a question.
Animals.
Mainly the animals, yeah, because that thing on Breakfast TV today was yesterday was absolutely ridiculous. The worst vegan in the world. It was like, please love me, please love me.
I saw that.
I'm a vegan.
For some of those people, I sincerely doubt whether they're truly vegan or just plant-based, because it's just. Well, you can go an entire conversation about veganism without once bringing up the animals. You're pretty much just a disappointment.
It could have quite easily gone. Listen, guy, you with the tassels on, the camp cowboy, who's like putting concentration camp victims on the grill and destroying the evidence. You know, that was somebody's life at one point. That was someone who you are just like destroying parts of the body now, you know, and then go on to the fact that some dick burnt his foot on his barbecue on the beach, so he shouldn't, like, you know, it's just absolutely.
Wasn't it like a
ridiculous.
5-year-old dick? But still, the point stands.
Yeah, well, no, that was something separate, that, mate. That was something separate.
That's a different one. Okay.
But
Seriously,
also, sorry,
the
me.
fact that-
Go on.
The fact that the only reaction that they had was, oh yeah, my kid got hurt, or a kid got hurt. Like, no, it's not about children. It's about the flipping dead animals.
It's weird, isn't it? Like, if you mention you're vegan, talk about that, or just don't mention you're vegan if your point is about hurting children. It was really irrelevant to mention she's vegan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we don't even know if she truly is. We only have her word to take for it because she didn't talk about the animals at all.
What are we talking about?
Right, okay.
It was GVG's video. He reacted to some news program.
What's
So I didn't
happening,
have time to react to it.
Emily? What's happening is that local councils in the UK are attempting to ban barbecues in public because of the environmental reasons, right? Okay, so they got on a vegan and DJ Barbecue in his rhinestone cowboy macho camp top, and he was roasting the body parts of animals, and this vegan basically just said, oh yeah, we should ban barbecues in public because someone burnt the foot and a kid went over and touched one and burnt his hand. She didn't mention once that carcinogenic sort of chemicals are in the smoke on a barbecue, and that could cause people who aren't linked or don't eat meat could get carcinogenic material in the bodies from barbecue. She never mentioned that. I mean, you look at smoking in the UK. We ban smoking in public places. In Australia, it's even worse because you're not even allowed to smoke on the beach in Australia or in your car. Were we allowed to smoke in public places in the UK, but not indoors?
You're allowed to smoke in your car just as long as children aren't in there.
Yeah, I think we tried bringing that in. But you see, why? Well, the second-hand smoke causes cancer. It's carcinogenic. So why didn't this vegan, if she was going to go down that route of like health, why didn't she say, well, there's carcinogenic material in barbecue smoke? So that is passing that on to passers-by. That's a good reason not to have barbecues in public. But no, of course she didn't. No, of course she didn't.
I swear, if I would be on that freaking, I would tear them up a new hole. Really.
Yeah, I think most people would. I think most people would. We've got vegan Wajita on, I think, or Wajita Seagum.
Yeah,
Wajita. So, but one more thing, we were talking about Charlie Veitch as well. That guy's come on. That guy, if you're on, please, you're welcome to come on and ask me a question. I got a lot of kickback from that video because Charlie Veitch is a big YouTuber. I don't know whether you guys have heard of Danny Shine, he's always on a megaphone in London talking. And he's a vegan. He's a vegan. Oh. And Charlie Veitch actually teamed up with Danny Shine, and they did stuff together. And it's all about the free speech, about not being told what to do by authority. You know, if people come over and tell them to stop filming, they're like, oh no, you can't tell me what to do. Don't you dare tell me, you know. And I learned a lot from it about how to tackle yourself when you're in public with the police, when you're doing photography, your rights. It's great. So what was this guy doing coming up to me and imposing his sort of ideas on me? But how do we all feel about showing slaughterhouse footage to children? Would it really traumatise a child?
Great topic.
Well,
I wish I'd seen it even earlier than I did. I went vegetarian when I was 9 because I thought that was the right thing to do. Because I saw chickens hung up with their necks cut. So that's what did it for me. And I don't feel traumatized. I don't have PTSD or anything from seeing that. I'm not everyone, but just from my experience. And to be honest, you got to weigh things up. You know, you're talking, I don't know, thousands and thousands of animal lives are going to die in an average person's life because of them, versus showing a kid some horrible footage.
Yeah,
I think there are better things to show them. Yeah, exactly. I think there are better things we could show the kids, But in this situation, in your video, we're showing the public, right? You're trying to get the adults, the people who are actually buying these products, to change their minds. So it's a little bit different. If I wanted to show a kid, I'd get some animation done or find something that's, I don't know, a bit more friendly, but gets the point across.
I'd love to see you do some animations.
My street outreach experience is like when kids see factory farm footage, is they're a lot calmer than adults. Like I've seen a lot more adults like cry like heaps and be like, oh my God, that's so bad. Whereas children, especially when they're younger, they just look at it like,
as if like they don't care.
And their parents are taking them away and they're like, but I want to keep watching it.
Exactly.
I don't see them getting really upset like, oh, like, I don't know, I only see the adults have like lots of reactions where children are just like, oh, okay, you know.
In all fairness, with my street activism and all, I've actually had a mixed bag regarding reactions. Most kids are, like you said, going like, oh, I want to watch further. I want to see what is actually happening. But I've had this one kid that just looked at the whole video in silence and all, and the moment the video was done, just cried their fucking lungs out. But that kid now is one hell of a trooper.
And do you know how it's affected them now since?
Yeah, like
fresh. I hate them.
It's basically it was such a shock factor for them that they just looked at their parents and went like, "Can we go vegan now, please?"
Oh,
And
well,
they
it's
did.
also
And, some odd weeks later, they were hospitalized because of medical reasons. And the nurse who was helping them was converted to veganism thanks to that kid. And the kid is only 6 or 7 years of age.
No way.
Yeah, it's amazing. They look up to me, but at the same time they just go like, I don't want to be like you. You're too potty mouthed. Kids are so direct. They're so open, and it's like as if we get older, we just lose that openness.
I think it's we learn that we're supposed to never be wrong. We shouldn't, but I don't know why. Well, kids don't have that.
I feel like we've learned kind of that words can hurt other people, so we do filter out our thoughts, unlike children. So like I've had a kid, because I used to like I do wax my eyebrows, but I used to have like really thick eyebrows, and I remember when I was working in childcare, this kid was like, you have really thick eyebrows.
Oh wow.
And I was just like, okay, thanks. Right. Like I think it was just an observation, but like it was something I was really sensitive about. So like I was just like, oh, okay. But like I understand they were just like a kid, but if an adult said that, I'd be pretty like offended, because it's not really something that you would need to point out. But like, yeah, like I guess like kids are open because they haven't learned that certain words can can offend people.
Yeah.
Exactly. And see, the thing is about kids is that how many kids on this planet see live slaughter, you know, and you don't see them running around murdering people or turning into psychopaths or having to have therapy. You know, it's kids are very good at compartmentalizing things, looking at things, and kids are very honest. You know, so I don't think it would. I've just brought up the comment section because me and Reese were going to go through it, and I just thought I'd just let you have a listen to some of the comments that I got on here, which is just like, Taffinator says, it's a pity you vegans don't take your own advice. Stop forcing your views, fear onto other people, and you do look very pasty, mate. I look very pasty. Oh, I love it. Then Super Saiyan says, pube of lies. Oh, the pube of lies.
That's pretty funny.
What a
That's
strong
good.
argument.
It is. It's unreal. You should rename your cube of truth to the child traumatizer. It's always cute when someone doing wrong thinks they're doing something right.
Well, I don't know if you said this in your video, GVG, but you either have to choose, this is traumatizing children because it's wrong and disgusting, or it's okay. You got to choose one of the two.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think the best one I had was how many living animals were killed and tortured by being hit by the tram you took today.
How many what?
How many animals were killed by the tram that I took today? You know, the urban tram that goes through a city, right? I was traumatized. It was like sheep flying everywhere and cows and fucking pigs, and it was like a bloodbath. And the tram was covered in blood as it rolled across the windows. It's like, what the hell? Jesus
well, I've
Christ.
had one of my teachers has also said that, but they said they worded it slightly differently. They said, well, how many insects do die because you take the car or something, even though I almost never do. If you take a car, how many insects will die? Why is one thing okay, but another thing isn't? If you draw the line somewhere, I draw it somewhere differently. But I was like, yeah, well, that excuses anything, doesn't it? I might draw the line at murder, and you might say, well, no, murder is completely fine. It's an argument that excuses any behavior, so it just throws morals in general out the window.
And the reason they think this is a good argument is because they think vegans believe that we eliminate all animal suffering, which we don't. We believe that we eliminate as much as we can. And yeah, we probably do think that when you're driving and you hit insects, it's a problem. I don't know what the answer is, but we're not just saying, oh, it doesn't matter. It's still a problem.
Yeah, but the thing is, insects, can they suffer as much? You know, is it such a? I mean, a fly's life is a day. It's 7 or 8 hours. You know, it's.
We're not sure, but.
Yeah, we're not sure about it. Vegan mojito.
We think they suffer less and are less sentient, but it's not to the same extent as, for example, a rock or something or a plant. It's like, well, we are not sure, so let's just be safe and try to minimize it as much as possible.
Definitely,
life is life, no matter who they are.
Exactly. I mean, vegan mojito. You said, I wonder if they call me pale. Well, I'm sure there's blacker non-vegans than you who would say you look pale, mate. So, yeah. They'll always find it. They'll always find an excuse, mate. They'll always find an excuse. You could be the healthiest, darkest black person in the world, and some fucker would say you're looking pale since you've been on that vegan diet, I'm afraid. So this is the ridiculousness we've got to deal with.
It's a thing that they can use for like any white person. I think that's what he's trying to point out. Like, it's just like he's only saying that like it's like that guy, not Vegeta, like that guy was just saying that because you're a white person. Like, he's like, oh, you're looking pasty. It's like, you're just white, you know. Whereas like that's why he said like just try saying it about me, like or him, like.
Yeah, but the thing is, Emily, one of the comments Charlie made to me was that I look gaunt. Okay, now, right, whether I do or not, I don't consider myself looking gaunt, right? But the thing is, what the problem we've got in Western countries is the norm is for people to be overweight and have fat on them, right? There's not many people you can see with a normal BMI walking around the streets of Manchester or any city in the UK. America just blows us out of the water, you know? So when people look at round faces and then they see someone with a normal face, of course it's going to look gaunt to them because they're not used to seeing people with a normal BMI, you know? Well, it's just ridiculous.
For me, gaunt is about like calories. So, I mean, I think Frank Tufano looks gaunt sometimes. I think he has an eating disorder, and he definitely undereats. And because like he said it in he's like ages ago, he said like, oh, sometimes I just eat like I usually eat 1 meal a day, but when I train, I have to eat like 2 meals a day. And I'm like, that is like nothing. Like, and he only eats meat, which even though it's high in fat, like it's not a lot of it's not that much calories. So like, I think that if you look gaunt on a vegan diet, it has nothing to do with what types of food you're eating. It's about how much you're eating. So it doesn't matter. Like, that's the thing, like whether you're fat or skinny, it's about how much you're consuming, and that's it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what
can
it
I
is.
can I just, asshole, can I just drop you off for a second? Just for 1 second, mate. Asshole?
What?
There's something important. Come on, can I just drop you off for a second?
Oh, of course.
Right, just 1 second. No, there's a
In
reason.
fact, he has to respond to
There's a reason.
asshole.
Right, 1 second. 1 second.
He's like, wow.
Oh my god!
Okay, Vegan Thiago, how are you, mate?
Oh my god! I haven't heard about him for ages.
I'm feeling a little bit. Lockdown's like getting to me a lot.
Yeah, well, fuck off. You're a cunt. All right.
Oh my god, Jose has no
Fucking
idea who this
cunt.
fucker is. But I
He's
will
still
tell you later.
abusing. He's still abusing
I will
women.
tell you
Still
later,
abusing
Jose.
women.
Okay.
Fucking
Is he
cunt.
still there, huh?
Okay.
Is he
Fantastic.
still jerk?
Oh, sorry about that, folks. But if you don't know who this guy was, he
Thiago.
abuses women online. He abuses women. He
you
sends them
me.
disgusting, disturbing messages. Fuck off! I'm gonna ban you. Ban from studio.
Good idea.
That
The
was
guy
weird.
is creepy as shit. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like hold you down and do what I want to you and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then like if
Why
you
would you
say
even
like,
send things like that?
I don't know,
Because-
but then like when I was like, yeah, I don't want to work with you anymore, he was like, oh well, I'm gonna take you off my list of like YouTube creators. And he was saying like about Durian Rider and stuff, and I'm like, well, I just found out that Durian Rider is a complete fuck too, so
Yeah, exactly.
they can go fuck themselves together.
Was he on the VCC?
Sorry, Jose.
Was he on the VCC?
No,
This is before our time, Jose.
Man, he's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. He's a woman abuser. He is a misogynist. He's a disgusting person, and I don't want to have anything to do with him.
Just,
Yeah.
I'm
just
getting
see it like this,
sick
Why
of
do you
hearing
really
about this.
Stream.
Someone have a bag?
Entertainment.
just see it as followed. Some people get their socks off for the weirdest things, but the moment you look into their trunks, it's like a beast inside.
I love how you turn a phrase, Leon. Right, listen. I'm looking for someone to drop off so we can bring somebody on. So any volunteers?
Goodbye,
Reese.
Reese.
Goodbye, vegan granddad.
Yeah, vegan granddad, please.
Yeah. He kicks
Hands
himself
up for
out of his
vegan.
house.
Brilliant.
Who's running this stream?
So now that the old twat is gone, what's the next plan?
For the remainder of the stream, I'm going to read this entire book, okay?
Oh,
How can we add other people to
Penguin
it? So-
books. All right, come back on. We don't know what to do with ourselves, Dan. Come on.
How do we
I
add
could go read you all animal liberation.
Oh my god.
I think
Come
I
on,
have it
Dan,
somewhere
full
here.
part.
Yes.
We need that.
Oh, he's back.
There they are.
Mm.
That was a great opportunity to get myself a drink.
Oh shit! I need to
Well
get a drink
played.
as well.
Well played.
Right, well, all I'm going to do is spin my mouse round and close my eyes, and wherever it lands on after 3, I'm going to kick. Right, okay,
This
so
is
here
a very
goes.
fair method.
1,
Can my mom
2,
join?
3. Oh.
Aw. Well, there it is.
Welcome.
Fuck, you fucking nerd. Now it's my time. It's my show now.
Oh,
This
right.
is a family-friendly
Take it away.
channel, with Peter.
Shut up, Reese.
Take it away.
Why can't you show your face?
I don't have
Too
a
ugly.
camera yet. I'll be here tomorrow.
Just too ugly, man.
Yeah, everyone needs to show their faces.
He's gonna get a camera tomorrow, I think he
Yeah,
said.
that's not gonna happen, Jose. That's not gonna happen.
Why?
Why
I
do you
mean,
want to show your face,
This-
Leon?
This homeless face looks very fucking unkempt. Hell no.
I've worked with Leon since November, and this is the first time I've heard their voice.
Isn't it strange?
It's amazing.
Like, it's just like you talk to these people, and
I am the enigma.
You are the enigma, mate. You are the enigma. I know what you look like, and let me tell people, he's a handsome guy. So don't worry, he's a handsome guy.
Oh, you couldn't have seen him then.
I'm not a guy, mate.
Okay, they are a handsome dude. They always correct me. It's so hard to do this subject. It's just so hard to do. I'm just so ingrained.
He's old, isn't it? It's all new to him.
I'm just so ingrained in he and she. Sorry, Leon, again. Okay.
It's fine, mate.
I'm gonna have to do.
It will take some time. Trust me.
It does. It will. I'm gonna have to do a spin as well, because Vegan Dragon is. Any volunteers before we go?
Guys, I volunteer, Reese.
It's so kind. It's very kind.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh.
Who is it?
Oh, dear.
Now Jose will never know who it was.
You're right.
I guess
hello, Vegan Dragon.
Hello, everyone.
Hey!
What's up, Vegan Dragon?
Oh, Itchy Eye goes back again.
Yeah.
What wisdom have you brought to us?
Require all guests to log in. Your guests are now required to authenticate. Okay, got it. I don't know how that's going to...
If you want some words of wisdom, Reese, then I think you're on the wrong stream.
So, Vegan Dragon, what have you got to tell us? Have you got anything to share? You have a channel. If you are not subscribed to Vegan Dragon, please go over to Vegan Dragon. That's the name of his channel. Take a look at his content. If you like it, subscribe and hit the notifications bell. I'm on there, so it must be good.
Exactly. It was horrible, but 2 days ago you went on, and now it has been just fantastic. You know.
Hello, Roger Yates.
Sup, Roger?
This feels so brutal. Well, we can only have so many on at one time, so we've got to try and do it sort of diplomatically.
Dragon, do you have an Instagram?
Happy Pride Month. Yep, happy Pride Month to everybody.
Yeah! Pride Month.
Yeah.
Right, got to go. Loads of stuff to do for the Animal Rights March in Bristol. Yes, I'm speaking there at the Animal Rights Bristol.
Oh, wow.
I've written a speech, so looking forward to doing that and joining Vegan Pixie Warrior. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, hang on. When is that?
Robert Miles. Does anybody know Robert Miles?
I want to say July 4th, something like that. It's around there. When is it, Dan?
I think it's 17th of July. It's 2 days before my birthday. Before my 30th birthday. What's this? Roger Yates, if Grandad is young and you are a great grand. So, has anybody got anything to tell me? Because we've got Robert Miles on. I'm sure he's a pop star. I'm not sure.
Dragon, do you have like Instagram or something?
I got an Instagram, I do, but I'm not using it regularly. I just use it to contact people that I can't contact over, like, for example, Facebook or Twitter.
Oh, okay. So you must have Twitter, because I looked at your YouTube channel and it hasn't got any of your contacts listed.
Oh yeah, that is a huge issue. I've tried so long to have somebody draw me a wall photo to like add contacts on, but it's been a serious struggle. So yeah.
What do you mean you don't know how to do it?
No, I actually don't.
Okay, well I can teach you how to do it.
Oh, great.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I'll talk to you on Instagram.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your Instagram?
Get a room, you two. Get a room, for God's sake.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a room. That's why we're trying to get on Instagram. Duh.
Yeah, we're trying to get the room. How the heck do I do this?
That's a mental image that will be stuck in my mind for a while.
Oh
now.
yeah.
Okay, what's your name on Instagram?
I'll send, like, if you can go to the YouTube chat, I'm going to paste it in there.
I'm going to leave these two alone because I've got two people here and someone's Epic has just joined. So I'm going to drop Vegan Dragon and Slightly Crazy Vegan for a minute. You're welcome to come back in a little while.
Adios.
Thank you so much.
Right, that's easy.
Now,
So
great. Now Reese is bigger on my screen.
That's a
We've
good
got
thing.
Angarad.
Hey!
Hello, Angarad. What are you doing?
Hi.
Haunting Grumpy Vegan Grandad's channel. What have you got to tell us? Any exciting news?
One bit of exciting news is that I have just put up a new video on YouTube.
Wow, what's it all about, you guys? I'm going to try and
Grumpy Vegan
find...
Grandad, I just think that your channel is amazing.
Thank you. Today's video was opening June's lifestyle box for the vegan kind, which we get every month anyway, which is a subscription box.
And what did we get in it? Because I want to know, because I know for a fact you're going to make me feel so hungry. I'm just looking for your channel.
So
I've spelt
we
it
got
wrong.
the brand new, well, newish out Rhythm 108 cookie.
Oh my word. Oh my word, I'm getting hungry as we speak. Who's making all the crunchy noise?
Some barbecue smoked almonds.
Yes, keep going, keep going.
Some banana crisps.
Yes, I love banana crisps. I love banana crisps.
Me too.
Definitely.
And, some other crisps as well, from the brand Well and Truly.
I'm spelling. Ah, there it is. Ah, there we go. I found it at last. Yes, I found it. I found it. Right, hang on, mate. 1 second. 1 second. Let me share screen. Let me share screen. Let me share the screen. Okay, there she is. That is Angarad's Life with Angarad from CBB's BBC, otherwise known as Melody and Friends. Yes, so if you guys are looking for some content where you can get to be made to feel hungry and when you see a beautiful rabbit, then this is the channel to go to. Go and support Angarad. She's a great advocate for veganism. She's so cool, and I think she's great, and I'm really jealous.
Sweet.
So, yes. How many subs have you got there? Wow, she's catching up to me, Reese. She is catching up to me. She's got 1.8. She's got 1.8.
You know, if we can get people to leave Grumpy Vegan Grandad's channel too, then you'll get there even quicker.
Sorry, can you say that again, Reese?
Better yet, anybody who subscribed to Reese, just unsubscribe now. That is all.
So, Robert Miles, have I spoke to you before? Robert?
No.
So,
no. Oh.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
No, I came across your channel, and I've been vegan for a really long time, and yeah, I came across your channel, and you asked anyone to jump in. I was really impressed with the McDonald's stuff that you were doing. How you managed to stop all the McDonald's things. I thought that was really good.
Right, okay, so let me just clarify something on that. It was Animal Rebellion who organised that. I was not part of it. However, I was notified that it was going on, and I did go up to report it, because the thing about these actions is it's all about publicity. If they went there and sat there and nobody noticed anything, it wouldn't have any impact. So it's all about trying to get the story out there and let people know. And yeah, it's definitely, I wouldn't say it's a great thing to happen every single week, but I think this action is vital to the vegan movement, just to shake up the system and shake up this capitalist country that we live in, to tell them that sometimes the people won't stand for it, and we can do things to stop this. They even went, I think, the week after and did a sit-in at McDonald's and filled all the seats up at McDonald's restaurants. So yeah, they're a very active group, and you can join them, Robert, if you want. If you go on Facebook, you can find them, Animal Rebellion. You can join the group, and you can be notified about any action if you want to join. You don't have to do any of the dodgy stuff that you could get arrested for. You can do other stuff, like do things on the sidelines, just promote them or whatever. But thanks for that.
I've done vegan outreach, which I really enjoyed. There was a lot of nice people there, and not only that, but I noticed that a lot of my friends have decided to go vegan, because when you do look into it, it is correct. People are noticing that veganism is healthier for you and stuff like that, and it's just like it goes against obviously what my teachers taught me when I was younger. And basically, I think this is why people find it really hard, if you want to clarify on that.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, okay. So, yes, you're conflating veganism with the diet. However, I'll agree with you that if you do cut out meat, dairy, and eggs, you will improve your health. However, if you substitute meat, dairy, and eggs with ice cream, chocolate, and like Angrad does, loads of sweets, right? that ain't gonna be healthy for you, So, so yeah, I would say a whole food plant-based diet if you want optimal health. I would say that mock meats, the vegan chickens, the beef burgers, eat them occasionally. They are a lot more healthy than meats themselves. However, they do have like stuff in like oils, and they're not as dangerous as animal products, but they're not as healthy as whole food plant-based foods. So yeah, fill your boots, mate. I think it's and can I ask how old you are, Robert? Hi, Robert.
I'm 25. I was born in 1996.
You didn't need to prove it to me. I didn't need to, but yeah. So you're a young guy.
I'm 25.
Yeah. So I think, well, to me, you're young, mate. I'm sorry, but you are. I'm 54 next month, so you're quite young to me. But that's a bonus, because I want people in your age bracket to go out there and spread the word. And this is your generation are the ones who can turn this around. I mean, I don't think I'm going to see a vegan world, but the chances are that you guys have got a very good chance of seeing a vegan world. So well done to you, and please keep it up, Robert. It's a great move. Oh, I've been hoodwinked.
Thank
Good
you very
accent,
much,
mate.
Don PV and Grand. Yeah.
You're such a twat. Fuck off. Sorry, Angarad, but it's the idiot again.
It's okay.
Oh my god. Right, hello there. We're getting trolled by the idiot that is Ichigo. Is any of my moderators on? If you see him on the chat, just ban him, please. But I'm pretty sure he's banned anyway. So I'm just looking at things. I'll tell you what, doesn't he spoil things? He even manages to sort of like be a git,
We were having a good time, a nice wholesome time.
And he's just like infiltrates. He's very good at accents. I'll give you that, Ichigo. You're good at accents, but yeah, I liked how he left it to the last minute as though he's got one over on me. Yeah, you got one over on me. Yeah. Who's just popped on? Right, I'm getting a bit scared now because I've got Yanaha Kai Zil now. And now I don't know whether this is Ichigo in disguise.
Well, just have them turn on the webcams in the back room,
Right, apart from the people who've already not got cameras on, which is Leon in the background and Aho, nobody's coming on the stream without a camera, without the face showing. I'm sorry, but some idiot has ruined it for the shy people out there. So, again, I apologise for the language, people. Angrad is 18 years old, going on 50, so she can hear my bad language now. Yeah, nobody's
checking IDs. Okay, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I need to find my ID. Oh, where is that? I'll just hold over the.
Yeah, let me see your ID.
This is very important.
Yeah. Okay, I got that. Well, you look like a
As the,
1970s Irish bomber on that. Jesus.
As the token American, it is my only option to deny whatever you European degenerates are offering me to do. I don't have to. America. All right.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We're not European, mate. We've exited Europe now. We are British.
Norway has never been a part of the European Union ever.
We're all denying any sort of links with Europe. There's
We're
only
still in the EEA though.
And
yeah, exactly. Don't let anyone out without a webcam. So should we see if who this guy is?
Yeah, go on.
Should we try it? Right, I'm gonna have to kick somebody.
Go on,
who
check
wants
me
to
off.
go?
I'll hang out in the back room for a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Goodbye,
Let's
Reese.
have a look. Okay, Yanaha Kai.
Hey, what's up? I can turn my camera on if you really need that.
No,
Yeah.
I can. You don't sound Scottish, and you don't sound like a psychopath. So
No, no, I've been
Okay.
following you for a while. I'm a pretty like decent fan of you because you know, it's hard to talk to the older people in my life about veganism because they're very set in their ways and, you know, they want to mock me for loving animals. So I really admire you, you know, the grumpy vegan granddad shtick that you got going.
Thank you. I mean, this is what I want to portray because what I'm finding is that a lot of young people do get mocked by older people my age. And I will say my age range is 45 to 55-year-olds. We're sort of grown up in the 70s and 80s. You know, there was a lot of racism going on. There was a lot of homophobia going on. We've grown up in a pretty volatile sort of couple of decades, people my age. So we're very toughened and we're very set in our ways, and we've seen lots of things happen and change for the good. However, veganism is, for a lot of people my age, a step too far. It's this link with food, I think. This is what it is. But never give up. My dad's 85 at the moment. He's not in a good state of health.
Yeah.
And he's now on he rings me up every week saying, will you get me some of that milk, please? And he means the almond milk. And I get him the Oatly Barista for his coffee. However, he's still eating meat because he can't fend for himself, and my mum keeps giving him meat and stuff like that. So
yeah, I'm noticing the older generation is kind of a little bit suicidal. Like in a way, like they're kind of accepting like the long-term suicide, you know, versus, you know what I mean? They're like, well, I'm already this old, I already have this many health problems, so might as well take the long suicide out, you know?
It is, and the worst thing is about it is that Dr. Gregor has proven that within 3 weeks you can see reverses in a lot of the problems with your health. It is a quick turnaround. So this bullshit that it's no use me going to a plant-based lifestyle now, it's not going to do me any good. It's absolute bullcrap. It will.
Yeah.
And it's always amazing that people of my age and my generation always wait until something goes wrong before they try and find something. It's always the case. And a lot of things happen. I mean, there's a friend of mine who I grew up with, and he's just had he's had colon cancer. So he's actually had his everything taken out. So he's on a colostomy bag now, and to me he's still young. He's still, but it's like that's one of the main sort of cancers in men.
And that's
meat.
It's very avoidable too. Like you just have to poop a couple times a day, right?
Yeah. You don't even have to cook. You can eat fruits and vegetables. I mean, come on. Grumpy Vegan Granddad trolling the dungeon. Yeah, should hope so as well.
Yeah.
I mean, have you heard of this vegan Ichiago before, Yanaha?
The
Is
what?
that how you say your name? Ichiago.
Yeah,
Did you see the guy?
Yanaha.
Did you say the guy who came on earlier and trolled us?
Yeah, it sounded like he wasn't really listening. Like he was like texting or something.
He's a bit of a weirdo. So if you do get contacted by a guy saying, "Would you like to join my vegan community?" and I'll interview and all this stuff, and he's got itchy Igor on his tag, just get rid and ban, because he's an absolute psychopath.
He has like, no intentions, like he has no substance. He like basically goes on and says like, "Oh, you're going to be a part of my collaboration list or something," and
that's it.
It really is nothing. And then he just like he did that to me, and then he was like, "Oh, just so you know, you shouldn't act like a porn star." And then I was like, because I do nude cooking shows, right? And so I was like, "What?" And then like he like completely offended me, and I was like really pissed. And instead of being like, "Okay, I'm like really sorry," he just like went on, and then I was like, "Well, fuck you, I don't want to work with you anymore." And then when I said I didn't want to work with him anymore after he insulted me, that's when he started with the threats and saying like, "Oh, you're not a part of my list anymore," which I thought was hilarious, because I was like, that's not a threat. And but then he started saying like other stuff like, "Oh, you know, like if you're ever here, I'm gonna kidnap you and tie you up and do all these things to you. And I'm not gonna say it on the stream, but basically I'm gonna hold you down and do whatever I want, and you won't be able to stop me, blah 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 blah." And I'm just like,
and that's because you're like involved in the adult work and all that or something?
No, this is anybody.
I'm missing it.
Anybody.
It's usually young women. Yeah. Full stop. Young women. He's a bully. That's all he is.
So if anybody wants to talk to me about, like, has any bad experience with them, I want to talk to you in private. Because like he has reached out to me and wants to have like hash out.
Hold on a minute. This is why he's coming, because of you, Vegan Dragon. Yes. Now we know, because you're actually in contact with him. You brought him here with you. You've
exactly. Yeah.
You brought the cancer.
I'm like undercover here. Yeah.
Who's dropped off? Angarad, thanks for coming on. Thank you so much for coming on. Yanaha, so are you having problems with the family on the older side of your family? Are you trying to convert them? What problems are you having?
I mean, I'm pretty much the black sheep, because like ever since like I started eating plant-based when I was like 13, and my whole family has decided to like mock me for that since then, like saying like I eat rabbit food and all that. So it's been a while that I've been trying to like, I mean, kind of talk to them about it, but like more so in the last year, I've gotten really serious about it. Like I basically actually officially became vegan like last year, 2020, February. Thank you. And actually before that I was like eating a little bit of fish because I was fluctuating between pescatarianism and just a lot of cognitive dissonance, basically. So yeah. So basically, I haven't been the best role model for my family as I would have liked to have been for the past decade. But since I've been taking it seriously, I've been bringing it up with my mom, and she even we got into like, I didn't want it to be an argument, but I was like, hey, we're gonna go, eat together. It'd be nice if you just, don't eat baby chickens, because me and you, I'm your daughter, you like spending time with your kids, me, and these baby chicks don't want to be ripped away from their family, these cows don't want to be ripped away from their family. And I've been dealing with being told that I'm attacking my family, basically, when it ironically.
Yanaha, what you like at cooking?
What do I like to cook? I used to love cooking, but in the last few years, I just kind of I don't really have an appetite anymore. Like, I just feel like I want to just be like a light body being and not have to eat anymore. But so basically, I don't really feel like ever anymore. I would rather be eating fruit from the Garden of Eden. So basically, I just eat whatever my laziness eats. I mainly try to stick to fruits.
Okay, so just be careful with that, because you do need starches for your brain to start with. So potatoes and everything. Be very careful you don't go down the route and get yourself trapped into an eating disorder situation.
No, I used to have that when I was younger, actually.
Really?
So like I recognized, you know, like how I can fall into that, but no, it's just yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm just lazy.
The only reason I ask is I eat when I want to eat now. I used to fall into the trap of why am I having breakfast at breakfast time, lunch at lunchtime?
No, I had some food earlier, so
yeah, but what I'm trying to do is get a point to you across is that I only eat when I'm hungry now. I don't think right. It's midday. I must eat something. Okay, it's lunchtime. I must eat something. It's breakfast time. When I get up, if I'm hungry, I will eat. If I'm not, I don't eat. You know.
I wish I could do that. I would eat all the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do, like, honestly, when I do like feel like cooking, I have Mexican ancestors, so I love making Mexican food.
Yeah.
And like I like making some Polish food like glunkies, and Japanese food. I've learned quite a bit about Japanese culinary, so I do enjoy that too. So
what I was going to say to you, sorry to interrupt, what I was going to say to you was, why don't you just practice a few dishes? I don't know what your budget is like. Practice a few dishes and then invite your whole family round. Don't tell them it's vegan. Do 2 separate tables, one for you, one for them, but use them on meats and see if you can fool them. Let them eat it all, and when they say, "Did you enjoy that, folks?" Yes. Well, everything was vegan, folks. You know, it's like,
yeah, I
that's
mean,
what I would do.
That's something I definitely think about here and there. I just I don't really get together with my family because we're all dispersed throughout Michigan and like what is it, like Idaho or Iowa, nearby states. So it's rare when we're all together, like for that sort of instance. But yeah, so I mean that is something to consider. That's something I would like to do because at some point, you know, we do need to do some family reunions, right?
Yeah, because I think that we want to it. It takes a while. I mean, my family are not vegan. None of my family are vegan, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members, 7 members of my family that are not vegan, and I'm surrounded by meat eaters. My fridge is full of corpses and cow secretions, and but in their defence, right? They do come home with lots of vegan stuff. Say, look, I found this. It's vegan. Or look, I found that. It's not what I want. I mean, I can find my own shit, but I prefer. You know, I want you to come home and say, I'm trying this, not here's something for you, Mr. Stranger in the fucking corner. They might as well keep me up in the attic, like Ruprecht.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I feel like sometimes.
I had a funny experience with a friend actually, because last year I decided to like, I guess I was kind of holding my friends up to the same standards I was at the time. And so I tried talking to one of my childhood friends about veganism, and like the conversation didn't really go anywhere. And I found out from my friend who he lived with, that he came home shortly after that discussion with like a giant like pig, like from the store, like a giant hunk of pig. And she I remember her describing like how like weird it was that he just suddenly came home with this like from the store, you know? So I've seen that when I bring this up to people, it triggers them into like insanity basically, and they just want to go the other way completely.
Yeah. Show how much they're an adult.
Huh?
Show how adult they are.
Yeah. So I wanna say though, because this is all about like promoting a channel. I don't per se have like anything built up yet. I'm gradually working on stuff. Okay. So what I do want to promote though is whatonearthishappening.com. Mark Passio, you may have heard of him. He's an anarchist. He's also a vegan, and he became a vegan within the last handful of years. And you can even look up on YouTube, Mark Passio Veganism, Mark Passio Carnism. There is a 10-hour compilation of him talking about carnism. And I think there's even some videos of people trying to make fun of him because of how angry he gets, saying like, oh, he's an angry vegan. And he's angry because people aren't listening, you know?
Is that it, Yanaha?
This is it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he has all kinds of presentations. He doesn't have any presentation of his own, like, put together on veganism yet. I would like to see that, but he at least has a couple podcasts covering that. So that's why I kind of recommend, if you want to specifically see his content on veganism, go to YouTube and type in Mark Passio and carnism, and you'll find a 10-hour thing, like I said. But
I'll put it in the chat.
He's brilliant. And so what I learned from him actually is that, because anarchism it's not about the propagandized idea that people are being fed, and people, they want people to think that anarchy is like, oh, chaos and like murder and things like that, and that's 110% not the case. Anarchism is actually like, it comes from Aeolic Greek. An is without, and archon means like a leader or a ruler. So it's like without rulers, without leaders. And so in essence, that in its natural, truest form, it means no masters, no slaves, right? And so I realized within the last year that anarchism and veganism has to go together, for the sake that, because like I'm involved in both of these communities, right? Veganism and anarchy, but I see like a gray area that, needs to be, like, these things need to be brought together. So I see that anarchists, they're like putting their own, rights and freedom above animals and not like sharing the love there. But I see vegans at the same time don't yet conceptualize that we should be also protecting our own rights. Because if we don't protect our own rights or whatnot, you know what I mean? If we're not free, then how can we free the animals? So they have to go together.
It sounds a bit intersectional, but Yanaha, though, when I looked at you when you first came on, I've got an echo somewhere. What the hell is going on here?
I have the speaker on, and I guess I can get my earbuds, so this is not ratchet.
Well, I'll just mute for a second, but I would never have looked at you and thought, there's an anarchist. It's like, you never know who an anarchist is. But I agree on that. Anarchism is an alternative, but whether it'll work in modern society, I do not know.
I don't know either. Anarchism is, as you said, without leaders, and I do not think most people are responsible enough to go without leaders.
I agree. You always need direction, and I think even without leaders, even if we got it without leaders, somebody always sort of becomes the leader. There's always somebody who everybody listens to more in a group, no matter how, like Emily here. She makes everybody listen to her because she never shuts up. I'm surprised she's kept quiet this long.
I think you can unmute now.
Okay, I've unmuted you, Yanaha.
So like I said, I can tell that you guys don't have yet a clear representation of what anarchism actually is. So anarchism is based on us like leading from within. And naturally, we have that ability, but people have been subverted from our own natural state of being, that we have like devolved in this fear complex, which we're not supposed to be in a state of fear all the time, fight or flight. Does this sound better?
Yeah, it sounds better, yeah.
Yeah, last time I actually did join a panel like last week, and for some reason this echo didn't happen when I did it the same way. So...
Okay. Well, listen, thanks for that, Yanaha. I mean, we're not going to go into it too deeply now. Like I said, it's more to promote. So yeah, I'm going to have a look at what you've sent me there. What on earth is happening.com. I'll have a nosy at that.
And he started a new website recently. This is something he's been talking about since I started listening to him. The One Great Work Network. It's basically a website where you can go and there's a 24-hour live stream of just different content creators that are part of the freedom activism community and whatnot. So you'll hear people talking about, like the ways that oil has been like propped up versus like ethanol, things of that sort. All the different ways that we are being controlled and manipulated, and allowing ourselves to be controlled from within. Because, I think Freely the Banana Girl, there's a she did a video on makeup and how women like we're conditioned into thinking that we're like, we should be wearing makeup and it's for our own expression, it's to bring out our natural features and all that. Well, oh, I see somebody's gonna come on, right? She basically uses this metaphor that like when an elephant is tied to like a post or for like its entire life, and then you replace that with like a plastic chair or something, then the elephant's not going to want to move because it's so used to being tied down, even though they can move now that they're tied to something lighter, something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I see that with dogs. When I've seen a few videos of dogs like that the patio doors are being replaced and the glass isn't in the door, and the dog will not go through the door until they slide this door with no glass in open. It's like a conditioning thing. So even though there's no glass in the door, the dog will not pass through because it's conditioned to. But I think we do a lot of that in modern society. We bring girls up as girls and lads up as lads, and it's wrong because. Enforcing a girl to play with dolls, prams, washing machines, and kitchens is just saying, this is what you're going to be. You're going to be a slave to a man.
And then telling men that they'll be manly if they eat animals.
Exactly. Exactly. It's ridiculous. Well, listen, thank you for coming on, Yanaha. I'm going to drop you, and I'm going to...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just have something to tell her.
Okay.
I grew up in a family of farmers and hunters, and I've done quite well. I've been vegan for almost 6 years now. Just so you know. Yeah.
My condolences for your terrible childhood.
Thank you, Yanaha.
Whose childhood? Oh, his? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. We'll chat
Goodbye.
soon.
See ya.
Right, okay, Reese baby, he's back.
Oh shit, he's back.
No.
Nobody wants him.
Messiah has returned. No.
It was cold in the back room.
Boot him.
It's really interesting that though, because I used to see there was a lot of anarchy, sort of people shouting for anarchy during the punk period in the 80s. The anarchy symbol, the A in the circle, was a big punk sort of emblem. And I always thought anarchy was all about sort of riot and violence, and it's only recently that I've looked into it and realised that it's not all about that. But again, I mean, could we really function without a leader? And do we not always gravitate towards the strongest speaker or the strongest person in a group automatically,
Also, look at all the idiots we have in society.
Also,
even if they didn't follow any leaders, they would still probably do terrible things just because nobody tells them, stop it, don't do that, it's bad.
We already have people doing that asshole for the animals. We call it the government.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a
Don't call them stupid people though. Instead of saying stupid, I want everybody to say Ichiago from now on. Yeah? Right, so all the Ichiago people out there, it's like.
Well, actually, well, actually, in Norway, it was actually an anarchist group who exposed like the fur farming and such. It was actually quite interesting that you brought that up about like veganism and anarchism. Just a very funny side note.
Lead from within, no theft. It doesn't justify having a slave. And the thing is, though, that's the thing about the law, because common law in the UK is really easy to follow, and it's simple. It's do not harm or cause loss to another person, and that is it. That's the only law you need, because if you cause harm, that covers murder and assault. Loss means ripping people off, stealing from them, So rape causes harm, so that covers everything. It's only when governments get involved and start putting in bylaws and like all these other things that are about control and taking money off us, things that they can fine us for, Why are we being charged for public transport? We shouldn't be being charged for public transport. Surely it gets the workers to work and we pay our taxes. It is.
There's only one country where that's free as far as I'm aware. It's Luxembourg. Public transport. I think so. Good 90% sure on that one. I don't think governments are bad. I don't think governments are bad, but I do think that all the governments we have at the moment have a lot of bad people in them.
I see more of a trend amongst vegans to promote communism instead of like anarchism, actually.
Yeah, I do have some friends who are at the very least strongly leaning towards communism as opposed to capitalism. I mean, most vegans I know agree that capitalism kind of sucks as a system, as it favors the rich.
Hold on a minute, though. Hasn't communism been tested, though, in quite a few countries?
Well,
if you subscribe to communism, right?
I'm not going to mention East Germany. You know,
the thing they come with this argument that real communism hasn't been tried yet, and it's sort of true. But it's a reason why it hasn't been tried is because they haven't managed to start up that kind of communism in the first place. So it kind of suggests that is it possible to even achieve? Like, yeah.
I mean, if we look at history as a whole, those who have tried, well, we all know what World War II was.
Yeah. Yeah, I personally
we don't really have a good example regarding that. So we know how not to do it, but how do you do it correctly?
I think the problem is
how not to do it.
If you've got the power in a communist system, it's so easy to take advantage of that and turn it into something that's not communism anymore.
I've actually heard people talking about the aid that we give different governments, and this lady come on from Africa, and she was talking about the aid that's been given to Nigeria, and all that's happened is the people in power in Nigeria are now driving around in Lamborghinis and living in mansions and they don't have to do anything because they're getting this aid automatically from the British government. And now people are all kicking off saying, oh, we shouldn't cut the aid now after this like virus outbreak. And it's like, I mean, I don't disagree with giving aid to countries, but you've got to make sure that there's something in place to make sure that corruption doesn't occur, because once the stakes are high, then things change, don't they? The dynamics change.
There should be a lot more ethicists involved in government and in ruling nations, at the very least.
I'd just like to say, if anybody else wants to come on, now's the time to come in the back room.
We'll kick off Reese.
We'll kick off Reese again.
We'll also kick off Asshole for the animals.
So I think Vegan
Why not? Thank you.
I think Vegan Dollhouse came on earlier. Let's have a look. Oh, Roger's saying no, communism has not been tested. Or has it not been tested correctly? Roger.
Now look at that name again.
Yeah, Anarchy. Yeah. He's an anarchist. Yeah.
No, isn't this Ichigo?
What, Roger?
Yeah. No, didn't they come on with that name?
Yes.
Hang on a minute.
It says against all exploitation. Sounds a bit like an intersectional.
Yeah, Roger. That's him. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I got into a very huge issue with intersectionalists in the past, so I made a little bit of an ironic video saying that I finally understood everything. So I said that you aren't really against like racism and such, and that you're vegan and such. And I ended with singing the national anthem of the Soviet Union.
Oh no! You bastard!
Yeah. And like people actually got pissed off because I did that.
The degenerate forces of capitalism are too powerful for communism to work. Only veganism has the possibility of overcoming capitalism. Now, Bernie V is big into this. Bernie V is a big voice in all this. I'm not really a political person. I just see myself as I'm a human being born on a piece of land with like ideas that are called countries all around me. I've got to abide by them or my life turns to shit. So unfortunately I'm forced into this lifestyle. I'm very privileged to be born in the West, so I'm very happy about that. That was born on this spot of land. But I do see myself as an earthling, full stop, and that's all.
Yeah, screw nationalism. Cosmopolitanism is where it's at. No, I truly think the world would be better if we didn't have all those borders just to divide us. But hey, that's
Yeah, well, this is how it all works. This is how it all works. We start putting borders up and walls, and then we see that's then differentiates people, and we don't like these other people coming into our bit
in and out
because-
groups.
Yeah, exactly.
Justified discrimination. Sure.
I have something to say on capitalism, actually, and something that I wondered, because many vegans are anti-capitalist, but I'm thinking in my head, isn't capitalism the best weapon we can use?
We might be able to, but
and we already
for
do.
capitalism to work, we would need to shift the supply and demand, right? I assume that's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
And for us to change supply and demand, basically change demand that's in our power, we would first need to change the minds of the regular citizens, regular people.
Well, we need a percentage of the population to be vegan to have an influence on each country's government. That's the key. So this is where we have to go back to grassroots veganism and keep on thrashing away at getting people to go to a vegan lifestyle and understand and push the cognitive dissonance behind them. And this is what we need to do. So this at the moment is where we are. They reckon we could be up to 3 million by the end of this year. I don't know how they've got them statistics, but they're predicting by the end of 2021 there'll be 3.4 million vegans in the UK, which is quite a hefty sum.
It's not bad. Country of 70 million.
And if you get those people then to advocate, this is what we've got to do. We've got to get vegans to realise that veganism is not enough. It's not enough to be vegan. We need to be active. Yeah. Look, people out there, when you go vegan, your friends will desert you. You'll become a lonely person. So put all your energy into being active and getting other people to turn vegan. This is
You've already lost everything.
That's the way it works.
You're trying to turn people off from going vegan.
Right, we've got a new face to drop on. Anybody willing to drop off?
If I can just tell them about this veg talk I'm doing, then I'm willing to go off right afterward.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah. So basically, I have this thing going on where I basically have an open invite for anyone who just want to have a regular conversation, have a specific topic to go over, and we have this sort of like video conversation about any topic that you want, and it's like timeless, uncut type of format. Doesn't matter if you have a huge channel, if you're like a nobody, so to speak. Anybody can come on that thing. So Grumpy has been on. I've had other people on as well.
How do people contact you, Vegan Dragon?
Yeah, easiest way to contact me by Vegan Dragon is actually Twitter. So yeah, that's basically the best way that I can take that people can contact me right now, because I haven't got like really good contact information on my channel actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll help you with that.
So if you put a link in the chat when I drop you off, and then people can have a look at that, Vegan Dragon. Listen, thanks for popping on, my friend. It's been a pleasure.
Anytime.
See ya.
Right, we have the White Widow. The White Widow, are you there, or is it Ichiago in disguise? Are you there, White Widow?
It's so funny to love him.
Turn on the camera.
We don't know if Ichiago can do women's voices, so
yeah, we shall soon find out.
I doubt it could do women.
Who's just White Widow? Hello? Nope. Okay.
Oh, she's probably trying to work out the. She's probably trying to work out the thing. Oh, that's sad. You didn't even give her a chance.
Listen, I haven't got all night. If you're ready to rumble, it's like you can.
On the bright side, Vegeta is back, so
they can pop on. They can pop on again. Try. Listen, White Widow. If you want to try again, if you start taking issues, try again, and I'll pop you on. Again, we'll have to pop off. Anything you want to talk about, Reese? Is there anything, or Wahita? Anything you want to talk about?
Well, there was something I read today. You go first, young man.
Oh, hang on a minute. Why isn't veganism enough? Okay. Roger wants us to explain why veganism isn't enough.
May I take this one?
You can take that one, asshole.
Thank you, Grumpy. Yeah, the reason that veganism isn't enough is the same reason that just not being sexist isn't enough. If someone else is abusing animals right next to you, and you sit down there and be like, "I'm vegan, so I'm not doing anything wrong,"
Yeah, but you
the
do
animals
you.
are still getting abused. It's like I am not fine with this abuse, so I won't do it, but I'm fine if others do it. That's not really how it works. People don't accept that for sexism, racism, and most other forms of discrimination. So I don't think we should accept it for speciesism either.
Okay, but the thing is, my friend, that we're talking about something that's legal in the UK. Eating meat for food is legal. So you're asking something completely different there. So what I'm trying to say is if you get somebody to not partake in that and boycott, why is that not enough if you're getting them to save animals' lives by just simply being vegan?
Well, being vegan doesn't save anyone's lives. You just stop taking lives away. Veganism is the moral neutral. It's the baseline. If you want to do good, you need to be an activist. If I simply stop abusing women, I'm not saving them. I just stop abusing them. Same for animals. If I stop abusing animals, I'm not saving them. I just stop abusing them.
I get it. I get it totally. I'm just testing you.
Cheating also.
I appreciate that.
Cheating on someone is legal, but it's also immoral. So you got to think about, just because it's legal doesn't mean it's moral. You know,
Yeah.
and we should encourage people to be honest with people, like honest with people and not lie and cheat.
Definitely.
Which is legal. It's not illegal.
Leon, I'm going to drop you off, my friend. Okay?
Right. Goodbye.
I've got somebody to jump on. 1 second. It's nothing personal.
Later.
It is really. It is personal. Tinkerbeam, hello. Hello, Tinkerbeam.
May you petting these?
No,
she's grumpy. She has her mic muted. Ooh.
Okay, well, we'll leave them. We'll leave them ticking over there while we carry on. So yeah, I truly believe that just being vegan isn't enough. I do believe that even the smallest amounts, even getting some stickers and sticking them on shopping trolleys is enough, because what people don't realise, just in this country, because I'm not speaking for other countries, is that it's surprising how many people have never met a vegan, and how many people do not know what veganism is, and how many people aren't exposed to veganism. It's surprising. And
yeah, I wasn't exposed to veganism until last year when I saw some of Cosmic Skeptic's videos. I had never met a vegan before. Still haven't met one in real life. So,
what was it with Cosmic Skeptic that made you think? What was the approach, or what was it they said?
I basically heard the argument once. I had never before thought about it, but I was like, well, if I do want to be morally consistent, I need to go vegan. So I basically made the switch overnight after hearing the argument once. And I guess I'm an exception to the rule, because most people take some baby steps at the very least, or they have a transition period. I didn't really, maybe one day. But yeah, it's hard for me to imagine a transitioning period. So I'm probably more judgy than I should be when people take transitional periods, because I'm like, well, the animals are still getting killed in your name.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it takes a while to like really. Sometimes, for me, it took a while to sink in. I just thought it was like more of a better lifestyle choice. I wasn't aware of the full impact of veganism and everything. So I think that if someone's on their way, then they're on their way. Like,
I did spend a couple of weeks transitioning. Yeah, well, and when it came to like, well, there you go. I like came to having a cheese pizza or something. It wasn't a case of I don't know what I'm doing. It was being willfully ignorant, which is what I think most people do, for the sake of having that tasty meal or whatever. And it did take a couple of weeks to be like, what the hell am I doing?
It took me a year. It took me a year.
A year.
A year.
Despite my normal tendency to roast Reese for literally breathing, see, for me, I was my vegan journey, as some dinguses would say, like it literally started with I was like 15. I remember when I was 15, I was like, okay, eating animals is wrong, so I'll stop doing it when I'm an adult. And then my dad showed up. Now my dad had been a vegetarian since I was a small child, and we were eating dinner. It's my sister's birthday, and he goes, "Hey son, look at this video." And I just watched a cow get its throat slit, and I remember sitting there going, "Wow, I'm never eating meat again." And then, a few years later, I'm 17, and see, for me, now in my brain, I'm like, cool, I'm not killing animals. How epic am I? And then I remember I'm sitting in my kitchen like, damn, I'm a stupid human. So what do those vegans have to say about this whole situation?
Yeah.
And then I've seen the arguments, and I'm just sitting there like, man, this is really fucked, isn't it? And it's funny, when around the time when I went vegetarian, I'd like never seen any vegans, and I can only speak for East Coast United States. I don't know what goes on in the other degenerate parts. I don't know what they're doing over there, but I see vegans everywhere, and since I've gone vegan, my little brother is vegan, my father's vegan, so I think that's pretty good success.
Wow.
So, sounds very cool. I'm jealous.
It's pretty great to be on the phone with your dad and hear him complain about fucking Frank Tufano and Sparrow for like an hour and a half.
All my father did was throw me on the ground every time I annoyed him, so cut all ties with him.
I'm really sorry about this. I'm going to have to kick Tinkerbeam because they're not answering. So.
Nah.
But no, right. Okay, so we had a pretty intelligent conversation, guys. Okay? There was no toilet humor. There was no sort of a sarcasm. But this person now, I don't know why I'm bringing them on the stream. They're absolutely Ichigo makes he makes Ichigo look like an angel. This person. So please forgive me. I'm going to add him.
Oh,
please do. Yeah, he's here.
I know who it is, I think. Oh, no.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Time to end the stream, guys.
It's with his ice lollies showing off because it's so hot.
Yeah, look at it. Rocky lollies. Go on. Screw yourselves. This is what you need.
At least he's not as bad as Reese.
Yeah, Reese.
I don't say anything about Reese. And when I said something about Reese earlier on in the chat, I got timed out by Vegan Pixie Warrior for saying keep him on the stream.
Well,
let's address this because we all know I'm the best vegan on the platform, and I get a lot of shit. So I want each of you to answer for that.
Well, you are after Ichigo. You're sort of like just below him.
Reese,
yeah,
you are the personification of when you take a step and there's not another step. And you just fall. That is what you are.
So it's a bit like love, really, isn't it? Yeah. All right.
I found some theme music for
What's that? Cocaine. Showing off, you got cocaine on the internet. Are you an idiot?
No, it's just drugs.
This is Mooncat's theme music that should have on.
You'll get demonetized, man.
Here's Moog. Oh shit! Yeah! Ah! I keep forgetting.
No, it's okay. This is just B12. We're all right.
Oh, is it Moroccan B12 or is it Ethiopian B12? Ethiopian B12s. Ethiopian, it kicks your ass, man. Oh man. I put all my neighbours' windows through when I had Ethiopian B12. It was great.
Dan knows all about that.
That's got nothing to do with B12. That's because you're a rotten bastard.
I prefer nice Mexican black tar B12. Personally, it's my favorite.
Cocaine is vegan, though, to be fair.
I saw a discussion about this before, someone asking is cocaine vegan, because they were actually concerned, but they just want to take some cocaine.
Well, you don't want to take risks, do you?
No, you won't want it to be made from animal products, would you? When you take
you know what?
You're fucking yourself, but you make sure it's ethical.
But you know what? Fair play says a lot about that person's values and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
I really appreciated that.
What's
but I
wrong
think
with
they came to
Kane?
the
I mean-
conclusion that it wasn't. But I couldn't remember why.
Well, if
I
it
think it's
wasn't,
because they
then-
usually fine it with other stuff, you know. Or they
Oh,
include
yeah.
other stuff in there.
Well, then screw it.
Like lactic powder and stuff.
Oh, Vegan Dragon's got a sub, and Yanahar's going to go on his channel and have a chat.
I misjudged Yanahar. I thought Yanahar was Ichiago back again for a little bit there.
Yeah, I did until she sort of, I'll say it, exposed herself again.
Hey, that's my thing.
It is. Are you not tired yet, Emily? You've been, what is it, like 5 o'clock where you are now?
4:30 in the morning.
She's on the Ethiopian B12, mate. She's
Go and smash your windows, neighbours' windows in.
Actually, technically 4:30 is still in the night. Morning is from 6 to 12.
Shut your ass up.
I'll sleep better knowing that.
According to who? Like a first grade teacher.
I don't make
talking
up
this
the rules.
nonsense.
It's just how it works.
Get him out of here. Get this degenerate out of here talking this nonsense. This
Morning, afternoon, evening,
Get out
and
of here
night.
with
They're
this-
all 6
I'll have
hours.
you know,
Night propaganda.
morning, afternoon, evening, and night are human constructs. So you're talking bollocks, mate.
Well, I'm talking.
Get him out of
semantics,
here. Get Reese
but-
out of here. Get them both
Get
out
him
of
out of
here.
here.
Both of them.
Go away.
What about
Technically,
Lingus?
all language is a human construct, isn't it, Reese?
Reese is a human construct. Now, can we decide to get rid of him?
There have been experiments
agree.
where they put 2 children in a room and they do develop language, actually. So it's kind of natural.
So,
Yeah, so what? Natural fallacy, Reese?
Are you naturally this annoying, Reese? Or do you have to try?
Pretty much, mate. I am.
He
Yeah.
was born annoying. He was born annoying. The very first moment I met him, he annoyed me just from
I
his
was born annoying.
smug face, you know.
He's
When
smug because he knows he's awesome and it just goes to his head a
That's
little bit.
it.
That's all.
Look at how
That's
he
all.
look
Okay,
at his-
Vegan Mooncap must be a millionaire by now, with how much he's getting paid.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
No, he's not paying me money.
Oh!
That's some
This
long
is
Reese
what.
from
This is
Thailand.
why you'll never see Reese go like this, because if he does that, about 5 people will come with trays of drinks and food for him. He's scared to do it.
No, I was just waving.
yeah, you.
I'm not having this. I'm Team Reese.
Oh, nice one.
Are you
Whoever that
paying-
is, you're
Get outta
banned. Get out of
here.
here. No, you're gone. We
Someone
don't
else.
accept. We don't accept this. Get out of here.
If you're
Someone-
Team Reese,
You need to
Let's
take a
go
poll
out there in the chat.
Guy heretic.
You need to take a poll in the chat, GVG. You know, so like put 1 if you want Reese and think he's like the best thing in the world. 2 if you think he's a complete knob. Let's just see it. Let's just get a poll.
And,
you know,
3
let's just see. Let's see if you guys are biased or your opinion is what everyone else is feeling.
Oh,
this is
shit.
just
and don't forget.
just because
to
more
type,
people think something is true doesn't mean it's true. That's
type
fallacy.
and type 3 in the chat if you are well aware that Reese is just garbage and should be put in the bin.
And type 4 in the chat if you think Vegan Moo got to stop trying to take over my friggin' stream.
That wasn't me. That was Ichiago. He was trying to take over your stream.
Oh, hey, you know what I'm saying, brah? You know what I'm saying, brah?
I must admit, he fooled you pretty good there. He did it.
Oh, he had me hook, line, and sinker, mate. That accent was spot on. Did you know it was him?
No,
He
not at all.
I suspected it only because his profile picture had that strange hairdo he was rocking. So I was
Well,
kinda
speaking. Thanks for speaking up on that and letting us know. And I mean,
Was that the real him? Yeah, that was the real him. That
Yeah,
looked and sounded like the real him.
Yeah, it looks like he's had dreads put in or something like that.
No, he had dreads before. Well, at least when he was talking to me, he had dreads.
No,
he fills me with dread.
Yeah, he fills me with dread when he was on my stream and telling me to go into Slytherin with him. You know what I mean? He's like, okay then, yeah, you do know
Oh
Harry
my
Potter's
God,
not
yeah.
real.
Talking about Pokemon and everything. He's just like, I'm going to put your Pokemon at the bottom of the list. I'm like, what?
We all know Harry Potter's not real, but you would be in Slytherin. I'm sorry.
See, even Reese voted correctly.
Yeah.
No,
Look at the chat.
GVG.
I'm Gryffindor.
I meant Grumpy. I meant Grumpy. He's a corrupt son of a bitch.
There's nothing I won't do for a bit of dollar. You know that.
Hey.
Cat. You know that. You know this. I'm very corruptible. They don't call me Mercenary Dan for nothing.
What if I offered
can't
you
blame you.
$5 from asshole for the animal's wallet for you to just kick Reese out right now?
Well,
Yeah,
hold
baby.
up,
Yeah,
hold
it's
up.
not easy. It's not easy.
All right,
It's not
asshole,
easy.
pay up.
I never
$5
agreed
American
to this,
dollars.
did I?
Thank fucking God! I thought he would never leave.
Where did the Reese hate start? Is it just
when he was born, mate? When he was born.
I didn't know if it was from the time that he said Nooch sucked, and he was like an anti-Nooch person. I didn't know if it all started then.
That was when Ellie
when I
started
started
hating him,
beating
right?
That's what I like to do. Is when they've got the back turned. When they've got the back turned, drop them off the street.
And that's the second one. Woo!
Whoever that was must have been so boring. I don't know who left.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was it? Who did I just kick? She's still not back yet. I'm looking at her. All I can see is the empty chair. She doesn't know we've kicked her yet.
So what's going on? Anything good? I've been listening for the whole thing.
Did you
see the little story in the news? Did you see the little story in the news? I saw it. I think it was yesterday, where they were. I can't remember the name of the study now. I can't. It's gone out of my head. But some shitty study saying that vegan kids are weaker and smaller than omnivore children.
Well, hold on a minute.
Whoa.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Right. Okay. Let me tell you about that, because that study was done by an English, hospital, Great Ormond Street, and do you know where they took the study to do the study? Poland. Why did they do the study in Poland? Because in Poland they do not fortify any foods with B12, vitamin D, or calcium. So, as you know, a lot of parts of Poland are very, very poor, and they do not get enough nutrition. So if they're not getting those vitamins as well on top of the adequate nutrition, of course they're going to be shorter. Of course they are.
I wish my kids were short. My mum does as well. We went out to my mum's earlier on, and my 10-year-old Bella was next to her, and she was taller than my mum. My mum was like, "Oh, what's going on here?" It's like, there you go. I don't know why she's vegan. She should be like 3'2", but she's doing all right.
It is, and it's totally rubbish. I sent. Oh God, I went all high pitched. Then my voice was breaking.
You're trying to get the impressions going like Thiago.
Yeah. God.
Finally embracing your inner actor, Dan.
Yeah. I sent it over to Vegan Gains, and he came back to me and said, "This is absolute garbage. It
is an absolutely shocking load of nonsense."
He said it's that much garbage. I'm not even going to do a reaction to it. So fair enough then. Fair enough. But do you know something? Speaking of Vegan Gains, what are your views on his ideas about in the vegan utopia that we should get rid of all carnivores? The ones
do
not cause...
Not while that's all for the animals is on, no! Again!
I'm just going to sit here and watch...
Flashbacks of perfect AI!
Because there was a caveat to that, and the caveat was that we shouldn't kill carnivores that will upset the ecosystems. But I'm sort of...
up and leave them alone.
I'm sort of warming towards it though, Mike, to be honest with you. I am sort of warming to it.
Tell me why.
Well, because why are they here? Why are they here?
Why are we here?
Yeah, I haven't got an argument yet. I haven't really thought about it.
I mean, they have as much right to live as we do.
Well, yeah, but then you can apply that to the prey animals.
Yeah, but you can't put our sort of moral compass on a tiger. Come on.
Why though?
Because they're not like us. I mean,
that's discrimination.
It's truth. It's not discrimination.
You probably wouldn't even let a tiger work at the post office.
Well, he's not sat there puffing on his pipe with his feet up in front of the log fire, thinking about the deeper meaning of life, is he? No, he's just out there licking his balls and eating what he can.
I'm just saying.
Well, the same goes for Reese,
but I wouldn't let a tiger watch my kids.
Well, I don't know. It'd certainly keep them from going out.
No.
They wouldn't leave the confines of the house if you had a tiger on guard there, but... But yeah, I'm just thinking like
And
this.
plus, there are certain animals out there like tigers, you know, and others that are obligate carnivores, and you know, it's actually there. And to be honest with you, them eating their prey animals, it does cause suffering to the prey animal, obviously, but it's not the big problem in the world, is it? It's the herbivorous animals that have decided they want to be carnivores that's the real issue. And when was the last time you saw like billions and billions and billions of animals all lined up in to be shot in the head with a bolt gun so they can feed a tiger? It's just not the real issue, is it? It really isn't. The world
just because
balances itself out quite nice and we don't interfere.
Just because one thing is a larger issue doesn't mean that other issues are meaningless, right? I might say, well, animal agriculture.
No, but no,
the
not, we're
biggest
not on about
problem at
human
the
issues, though,
moment,
are
and
we?
I think
We're not
we
on
agree there.
Yeah, we're not on about human issues. I'm not saying like you know like racism or you know homophobia or anything else isn't important. You know, but they're human issues. Why are we putting our human issues and ideals and everything else onto animals and saying, well, if you don't subscribe to, I mean, that's if you don't subscribe to how we want the world to be, then you're going to die. You know, that doesn't seem quite right to me.
I think if you look at this from, I haven't watched Vegan Gains' video on this, so I don't know his exact hypothetical utopia. But if you have the utopia wherein you do not kill the carnivores, but just let them live out their lives and make sure they do not reproduce anymore, you're not killing any. May I continue?
No, not again.
May I continue? You're not killing anyone.
You are. You're killing the whole species.
The species isn't an individual,
It
are
doesn't
they?
matter. Well, all the individuals that would have been, you're just deciding that they don't have the right to even exist ever.
Every sperm cell could be an individual.
At
You
least
are arguing that
at least you get the
is
choice to go.
incredibly immoral right
At
now.
least you get the choice to go impregnate somebody if you want to, and potentially have an offspring and carry on your species. Why would you take that right away from another animal? Because you don't think their moral compass is where you think it should be at, and they don't even have a moral compass. They're a tiger or whatever else.
So it's been a little while since we had this conversation before. I've had some time to mull on it, and I think it's not about punishing the carnivore. It's about saving the prey animal from this horrible suffering, death, being eaten alive and stuff. You know that
so the prey animal's life is worth more than the entire carnivore species that you're going to eradicate by making sure they can't produce anymore.
You are looking at species. I think
I don't
you should
care.
look at the
Species is full of the species is made up fully of individuals, and those
individuals.
And those individuals would have had offspring that then would have been individuals, and you're depriving them of entire futures that'll just never exist, and that's just complete bullshit and wrong.
So now maybe there's a difference because Martin and we're not parents, but you two are. So I wonder if there's a difference in opinion coming from there. Maybe. What do you think, Dan?
But also, when a 15-year-old wants a child, and you're going to say, hold up, don't do that. You're still imposing your ideas upon them. So should they be allowed to have children as well?
No, because they're part of our species, and we all get governed by the rules that we've all that have been created but tigers have never voted for a politician or gone out there.
Neither have those 15-year-olds. They have never voted.
No, but their parents have.
Hold on a minute.
It's not the same thing.
Mark,
it's not the same thing.
Mark, okay, so say there was a breed of humans that suddenly appeared, right?
Are we talking hypotheticals then? Go on.
Hypotheticals, and they were psychopaths, and they appeared in Central Africa, and it was in their instincts to go and murder other human beings. Would you have a problem with us annihilating that race of people, even though it was natural behaviour for them to go and murder other people?
I'll be honest, it's the first time I've heard that hypothetical situation. I have no opinion on it at the moment.
Way to avoid the question.
No, I really don't. I mean, you're going to ask me to think about something like in a split second that I've never thought of in my entire life, about this rabid imaginary bunch of people who are going around killing humans because they're a genetic anomaly and they want to, it's just not something that's ever going to happen as far as I'm aware.
You live in a city where it's full of them. Blackpool, it's full of psychopaths.
We're a town. We're not even a city.
But I'm warming to the fact that it's not this isn't something to happen now. This isn't something we'd tackle. This is something that could happen after we get a vegan world. This is the utopia. And I think in a vegan utopia, it would make sense to get rid of carnivores that do not add anything to the ecosystem.
Can I ask a serious question? Can I ask a serious question though, Dan? When has human intervention ever, in the animal kingdom, ever caused anything but fuck ups?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
For you.
From day one, we've done that. But
so why are we carrying on the train of thought that our sort of like protecting the prey animals and getting rid of all the animals that all the carnivores, etc. will definitely be a good thing, in some kind of utopia? What makes us assume that that's going to? I mean, how are we controlling the prey animals? How are we controlling their actual numbers then?
Well, some prey animals can control their own numbers. There were those.
Well, more, yeah. Well, in fact,
they're only kept down by the actual, animals that are killing them.
Wrong.
Not always, but some are.
Wrong. That's a fallacy. That's a fallacy.
I don't think it is.
To an extent, when you're talking lions and tigers, they only go after the sick or dying, or the young, or the vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't talking about just lions and tigers.
Yeah, but we're saying that anything that sort of anything that would upset the eco balance, this is what I'm talking about. So let's say a prey animal goes after pests. Yeah, so wasps are a predatory sort of animal, and without wasps, we'd have I've forgotten what they eat now. They do a lot for the ecosystem. They prey on certain things. So anything that would upset the ecosystem, we wouldn't. That's not the predator we want to get rid of. It's just the predators that do not contribute anything towards. And we're trying to reduce and raise the good for all, rather than like just get rid of an animal's rights to be on the planet. We're on the side of the prey animal to say we're creating a greater good by getting rid of the carnivorous animals that add nothing to the ecosystem apart from they feed on you guys. As for the other ones like hawks and stuff like that keep rodent populations down, then we would not massacre those.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make sense?
If I may be so bold to kick in a little bit, we now have the issue on a certain part of this planet where there is a massive, for lack of better words, mouse plague / rat plague going along. And basically how I see it is, how did that happen? Well, about a year ago, that same place basically mass culled the predators. So we now have the issue that we have destroyed a large part of one species to now have an overflow of the other.
I had heard of that, yeah.
How about just leaving nature as is and focus on controlling what we can control? And that is us humans as a collective species.
I was also going to say to Grumpy, I mean, we're obviously talking here that we want to reduce the most amount of suffering that we possibly can. So we're in this perfect world that you're talking about. So we kill these useless animals that are just preying on others. Which animal on this planet kills most animals? Out of curiosity.
It's probably some sort of parasite.
No, we're not talking parasites and stuff here. I know you're looking for an excuse here. It's humans. Yeah. So what I'm saying to you, if we're the biggest problem, we're going to be like these morally superior. We're doing everything for the greater good. Why don't we just top ourselves, every single one of us? Because we're the actual main issue here, aren't we? I mean, I don't think we should do that, by the way. But if you were really being this big altruistic, great guy looking after the planet, killing all these prey animals, making sure nothing suffers anymore, and let's deal with the actual problem here and get rid of us. That would do it. But we don't want to do that, do we? No. So it's the fault of the prey animals. They're causing this suffering, and so it's these carnivores. They're causing this loads of suffering. Let's get rid of them, or whatever. No, we're the main issue here. It probably worked quite well in some kind of pretty good balance before we were knobheads and ruined the place. Okay. There is a way this world is meant to work, and like it or not, some of it involves death. There
is not a meaning to it. There is no evidence for it. We know it works a certain way.
It does, yeah.
But if humans fuck up the planet right now, life will carry on. The planet will not die.
No, if we
At least
die
not
out,
likely.
or,
So
it'll get back to where it needs to be, probably.
yeah. So why is that the way things go now worse than the way things go? Things went like 2,000 years ago. Why is one better than the other? You might argue suffering, but you are arguing there is some way it's meant to be, which I find quite.
Well, I mean,
let's. One second.
Oh, I'm sorry, go on.
1 second. I'm just going to bring Emily in because Emily lives in Australia, and there's been a lot of animals introduced into Australia that have caused major problems. So, have you got an opinion on this, Emily?
Well, I already argued about this to Vegan Games. If you haven't seen the video on his channel, but it is a tough argument, I must say. But the one thing that he did crumble on, Vegan Games at least, was marine life, because majority of fish in the ocean eat other fish.
Yeah,
and
nearly all.
because of that, sharks play a huge role on the ecosystem in the ocean. So if we get rid of sharks, we'd have to get rid of whales. We'd have to get rid
Yes,
of
that's Reese's hometown gone. Excellent idea. Bomb
we have
whales.
we have to get rid of a lot of fish, and then it would collapse. Like the ecosystem in the marine, like in the sea at least, would collapse. So this scenario would not work in the sea. So we're basically just referring to land animals. So that's something that I just wanted to say. But Grumpy Vegan Granddad, what kind of information were you trying to get from me out of, like, what was your point in asking me about, like, the Australian ecosystem?
Well, haven't camels been introduced to Australia?
Camels,
yeah.
I think so.
Aren't they running wild now? And I think Australia has one of the more stringent entry requirements. You cannot bring foods in, fruits, seeds.
Yeah, really fucking tough.
Yeah.
What happened is, I don't know much about camels, but I know about toads. They brought in toads and they took over, and they're so bad. And people we have to kill them, because if we don't kill them, then they will kill like a lot of other species. And they're actually killing off species, which is why we have to kill them, because they're actually killing off species.
How did the toads get there?
We brought them over here.
Exactly. We fucked up again by interfering.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that was another thing, my point. But also, like, we brought over foxes for hunting. So the English, you guys, the English brought over foxes for hunting into Australia. And I think they've wreaked a little bit of havoc on the ecosystem. We've got it just depends on the ecosystem.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not for this at all, actually. I just wanted to bring it up to see what you guys thought about. I do not justify taking the life of any animal that's on this planet. Again, I'm born here on a piece of land as an earthling, and I'm here to survive the best I can. What other animals and humans do, that's their concern, as long as it doesn't affect, others. As long as things are here.
Leave Dr. Harvey on here. He might change your mind. If he can change Vegan Games' mind, fuck, he can change yours.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I want to... Sorry, asshole, just 1 second. Yeah, you see, the thing is, right, with this... What I don't like about this Dr. Harvey and Vegan Games thing that's been going on. First of all, they've been trying to debunk that whole food plant-based diet. Can you have your conversation elsewhere, Mooncat? What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm just shooting the kids out,
And yeah, so they tried debunking the fact that a whole food plant-based diet can reverse heart disease, and I find, why bring that up? Why make that a thing? Because it could.
Because they don't want to spread misinformation.
Yes, but how much misinformation is spread by the meat companies? Why bring that up? And then again,
because
with this,
we want our side to not be any misinformation because we are the minority.
Well, I'm not so sure that is
majority people
misinformation,
want
to be
to say
honest.
wrong, but the minority, if we say one thing that's out of line, they could be like, "That's it. That's the reason."
Grumpy. I was just going to say, I don't. This is just anecdotal from a personal point of view, obviously. Yeah. But obviously, you've got these this got backwards and forwards where does it actually reverse heart disease, etc. And they were saying obviously that that it doesn't. Well, from my point of view, I had 6 months left to live, and it reversed my heart disease. So, I'm not saying that should be taken and that's just it. That's the proof everyone needs. But from my point of view, I actually reversed, actual heart conditions. I had several scans on my heart, etc. And I had like all sorts of arrhythmias and everything else. And I actually had quite a lot of plaque buildup in certain areas of my heart, and it's nearly all gone. Well, last scan I had before I was discharged from the cardiac unit, it was literally nothing. I had no buildup. So anyone who tells me personally that it doesn't reverse heart disease can sod off, because it did. It literally did. So I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, my point is though is why make an issue of it? I mean, if it was dangerous, yeah, but if it was dangerous, right? Let's say somebody is watching and I say, oh, a whole food plant-based diet can reverse heart disease. Now, this guy goes into a plant-based diet, right? And it doesn't reverse his heart disease, but it stops it dead in its tracks. That is fact. It will stop it dead in its tracks. It will not continue. So it's not dangerous for him to try this whole food plant-based diet. If it was going to make him worse, then I would say, yeah, okay, don't tell people that it can do this because it might hurt you, but it won't hurt you. It will only do good.
Can I say one thing? I was actually really, really disappointed the other day when I was watching Dr. Mike, and he was doing reviews on like TikTok videos, and there was this one TikTok video of like a baby, and it said like, and the question was like, what sunscreen do you use for your child or like for your baby? And then it says, I don't need, and then it like answered like basically like the baby answered, I don't need any sunscreen because I'm a vegan. I'm a vegan baby. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then like Dr. Michael's like, whoa, that is like so wrong. Like, you don't, just because you're vegan doesn't mean you don't need sunscreen anymore. Blah blah.
Yeah, we're all white and pasty.
I think you love Dr. Mike anyway.
I don't need sunscreen. I think you go outside.
Dr. Mike.
I love Dr. Mike.
Love Dr. Mike.
I do love Dr. Mike.
Is sunscreen vegan though? Is sunscreen vegan?
I think it depends on the sunscreen.
It depends on the sunscreen.
Sorry, Liam?
The plain sunscreen that you can find in most stores is not vegan. There are several brands that have plant-based options, but...
What makes it unvegan?
She didn't say, I don't use sunscreen because I'm vegan. She said, I don't need sunscreen because I'm vegan. There's a difference.
No, I'm asking this question because I just use whatever's in the house. So
I don't even know what's in it. In sunscreen.
I don't. Leon, what is the ingredient that we should look out for in sunscreens?
I will hit you up on Discord with that one.
Okay, no worries. We will try and find it. Asso, what were you going to say earlier, or have you forgotten now?
Yeah, I was going to say, but I guess most people have forgotten about it already. I do not argue in favor of killing any predators either. I think we should prevent them from from reproducing if it doesn't impact the environment they live in. But I do not think killing in any way is permissible.
Well, that is killing by proxy, isn't it, really? Not letting them reproduce.
I don't think so, because there is no one alive to kill.
No, but you can say the same thing for, like, domesticated animals. Like, we kind of want domesticated animals to die out and only have wild animals and not breed animals that are dependent on us.
Exactly. So, by that logic, by saying...
yeah, that's because we've already brought the domesticated animals into where they are now, and we've got them. But why are we then interfering with something that we don't need to interfere with? I mean, we've caused the issue with domesticated animals. I mean, we haven't caused the issue with the other animals that are in the wild. You know, that they just live in their natural sort of lives. So there's nothing that no human mistake we need to correct there. All it is a human mistake waiting to happen.
Well, that's not necessarily true. all the things we've done in the past towards nature were because of our own egocentric and egotistic reasons. We wanted to make life better for ourselves. But if we genuinely try to make life better for most individuals in the wild, and we take the time we need and we do the research we need, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying we should necessarily do it. I'm saying in a perfect hypothetical it would happen. But we might as well just do the research and see if we can do it. See if it would be responsible.
This whole discussion...
Yeah.
Sorry, this whole discussion is... Sorry, Leon, you go first and then I'll go.
In all fairness, asshole, for lack of a better word. If we have to basically sterilize/control a certain species, then start with the species that actually can give consent. And in this case, those are us humans.
True. I think I myself do not want children. But I don't think from what I can see, most animals, especially the males, they reproduce purely out of instinct. And some species are different, but most males do not seem to care about their own offspring. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I know you said that you obviously don't want kids, but just say you were back in the days, you know, or whatever, or you decided, and I'm not saying you would, but you were a meat eater again, basically, so you're causing harm, and you wanted kids. But people said, actually, no, you're hurting animals, you know, to quite a degree. So what we're going to do is we're going to come and forcibly sterilize you so you can't pass those bad habits on to any children or offspring you may have. And you're going, but I want kids. And you're, I don't give a shit. We're making the moral choice that you're doing a terrible thing, and we're going to stop you doing it, whether you want us to or not. Would that be okay? Just out of curiosity.
That is a really good point.
I think if we could be sure that they wanted this, and if we could be sure, then I would say, yes, you're right, it would be immoral. But the same is kind of true for pets, isn't it? And I say pets this way.
We sterilize them, we neuter.
We all say sterilize them.
That's because the issue, though.
Yeah, but but it doesn't change the act, does it?
No.
They may want offspring, and you're denying them that because you caused an issue. So your issue is harming even more individuals right now.
I don't think so. Chime in again?
The act will change.
One second. Anybody wants to join? We're going to run for another 30 minutes. So if anybody wants to join, please feel free. I'm going to drop Asso and bring on Wahita. See if he's got anything else to say.
We'll talk later.
Don't make me feel guilty, Asso. We're working around everybody.
Well, you should feel guilty. It's called conscience.
I have no conscience. I'm grumpy vegan granddad. Bye.
Sorry, what I wanted to say.
Anyway,
the whole discussion here is actually just a subtopic of wild animal suffering. So I think we just need to come back to that and discuss, like, do we actually think wild animal suffering is something we should be worried about? Is that something we should make laws about and so on?
No.
Not right now, at least. I mean, like, I'm not saying that I'm for it, but I'm just saying that, like, even if we were for it, it's something, like, way into the future. Like, we're causing more problems now. Like, we need to work on, like, domesticated animals, like livestock and pets and stuff. We've got, like, so many of them. Like, but yeah.
I don't know. Asshole was saying something about, you know, I can't remember what he said now, but he said that something else was ego, and this wouldn't be ego because we're looking out for another species, obviously, to make sure it doesn't suffer. It's ego again. It really is just another form of it. We know better than the way the world knows how it wants to run, but we just keep getting in the way. But our ego tells us that we suddenly know better, you know, because we've made this moral judgment that that animal shouldn't suffer because that animal wants to eat it, and we're going to stop it. You know, like I think he wanted to make sure they can't reproduce. It is ego again, in my opinion. Anyway, we masquerade it as being ethical, and wanting to do the right thing for these other animals. But it's us just thinking we know better, as always.
I don't think we can implement any of this in practice. No way.
It's impossible.
I don't think so either. I think that that carnivorous and omnivorous animals are part of the ecosystem. I mean, get rid of that. What does it say?
Right. Well, this estimation is the extinction rate that was later calculated at up to 8,700 species a year, or 24 a day. That is 24 species of animal that are going extinct every day. And the majority of that is caused by what we're doing to this fucking planet.
Yeah, are they carnivorous, omnivorous, or herbivores?
It's insects, animals, fish, whatever.
Nothing caused the suffering that we cause. Let's look at that.
Not at all.
Put humanity in the bin.
Shut the lid.
At least I won't be lonely in there.
Fire.
It's comparable to childbirth to me, in all fairness. The kid in question does not give consent to being born, no matter who the parent is.
Yeah, but then again, we're getting back to nature. Like, we either interfere or we don't. Like, that's a part. Like, that's what we. I don't know. Like what Mooncat said. If you agree with him and saying like we should leave like the wildlife, the nature, like how it is alone. It's like that's also having children and stuff. You can't possibly ask for consent, but at the end of the day, you can't end all suffering. So,
but I can control my own actions.
Yeah,
and with my own actions, I don't want kids because that is unfair against the kids.
Is bringing joy into this world, and if you say it's not, because
I'm going to disagree with that. Most people are not happy most of the time. Depression is rife. I honestly, I don't think life is a gift or a joy or anything like that. I do think it's a bad thing.
Really?
You're an antinatalist?
Just for me personally, I won't have kids. I haven't really thought about it on like a global context, but no, I don't think life is a gift. I don't subscribe to that.
To be honest with you,
you have to subscribe to anything you want, but I don't. Think that it's
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying my opinion.
I don't think it's okay for you or Leon to tell people, "Oh, you can't have children and stuff."
I'm not. I'm saying me. I'm just saying I'm not.
Right. Let me
I'm saying I haven't really thought about it on a global
context. A lot of
context.
people say no, but look, here's the thing, right? You don't understand. Leon and a lot of other antinatalists, they say, oh, you're bringing suffering to this world, but you're also bringing a lot of other things into this world as well. And the thing is that I feel like it's a part of life. And if you, what is the meaning of life? If you can tell me that the meaning of life isn't to fucking create life, then I'll be like, okay, but you got to fucking prove that. If you can't, then
does
shut
your
up
child
and,
consent to being born? Yes or no?
No, but I don't give a shit. I don't care. You're gonna have a fucking child, and it's not.
And that is abusive.
And no, it's not abuse. It's not abuse.
It's not.
It's not abuse. It's not abuse. It is an abuse.
It's fucking selfish.
It's not selfish. It's not selfish.
As a father, I love my son to bits. Okay, I think he's the most amazing kid in the world. He's not a kid now. He's 19. He's an adult. It's great, but knowing what I know now, going back to 19 years ago, would I have been so keen to have a child? No, I wouldn't. It causes problems for them. It's constant stress for me. It's constant stress for his mother. Having children, to me, I would not have got involved if I knew then what I know now. I hope that makes sense.
Well, I have 4 children, and I complain about them constantly, like I do about everything else in my life, because I'm a complainer. But I love them. I'm glad they're around, and they're all glad they're around. Because if I hadn't forced them into existence with my wife, they wouldn't. There'd be nothing. There would be no existence. I say we all took that approach where no kids, we'd all go extinct. Say the animals.
Yes.
Say the animals decided, fuck it, we're not bothering, and they didn't bother either.
Okay. Let me put
and
this to you.
It's just full of trees.
I
And
don't mind that I was brought into this world without consent.
And then the bees decide, fuck it, we're not doing it either. If they're not having kids, we're not having kids, and so the whole planet just fucking dies.
But it won't.
The planet would flourish without us.
What? Without any creatures on it, so no bees to pollinate, nothing.
No, without humans.
So what? So the whole purpose of every species, whether humans with a big brains like it or not, is to procreate and to further their species and carry. That is the main driving force for every single species on the planet.
Yeah,
no matter what else.
Right.
No matter what else you do.
Yeah, but down to a certain level, that is instinct-wise. But now we're supposed to be sort of free-thinking people who can make our own decisions.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling anyone else they have to have kids.
Yeah. But what I'm asking you, Mark, right, is let's just say your kids, 20 years in the future, they end up on the streets, homeless. They'd get a really crap job, maybe, where they hate it. They end up in an abusive relationship with a partner. Why have you brought them into the world to face the chances of them being happy all their life are very slim, you know?
No one's going to be happy their entire life. No animal, no human, no one.
Why did you have your kids? Why did you have your kids?
I had my kids because there is an underlying, unexplainable sort of urge for me to have offspring, which I can't know. There is.
Why you had them? You
don't know. There's other conscious reasons as well, but for some reason I just felt that I wanted children. I can't explain it. I can't.
You're
selfish.
Then why didn't you adopt?
It's not. I think it's a biological. Now you asked Cherie as well as.
You're selfish. Hang on, you guys that are saying you shouldn't have children, blah blah blah. You are selfish because you are directly causing suffering to someone that you know can let you know. Because if you told me
vegan dragon sex,
I swear to God, I would commit suicide. I would fucking die. I've already thought about it. If I can't have kids, I'll probably commit suicide.
Why do you want kids?
You want people.
So,
you want people.
I'm selfish if I don't have a kid because some people can't.
What?
Are you saying I'm selfish if I don't have a kid?
No. I'm saying that if you tell other people not to have kids when they really want kids, and it's like a biological urge and stuff, and that it'll create suffering within their life. And the thing is that you're like, oh yeah, but you're not giving consent. I'm like, but you're forcing me to do that against my consent.
There is a lot of people out there.
Selfless reason to have a kid.
But you don't have those feelings, so you don't understand it.
I do have those feelings. I do have the feeling that I want a kid.
Leon.
Leon, I'm not going to go in here, but the only reason why you're on this stream, Leon, and the only reason why you're able to say that, I was going to say, the only reason why Leon is able to come on this stream and tell us that, having kids is selfish is because his parents were selfish and had him, so he could come on the stream and tell us that having kids is selfish. You would be here you would be nothing. You would be non-existent. And I mean, I personally don't want to be non-existent. I like, we're flawed. The places are fucked up a bit, but there are good things in life that you can enjoy. And like speaking to you guys, as crazy as it is, it's fun. There are many things in life which are shit, and there's many things in life that are good. It doesn't mean you just dive out of life and think fuck it. In my opinion, anyway, or decide, something terrible is happening in the world. I'm not going to have kids. It's a bad idea.
Okay, Leon, can you reply to that?
Yes, if I may give a little bit of my life story here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been abused for 26 fucking years by the ones who were supposed to take care of me. My own parents discarded me, disgraced me, emotionally manipulated me. And at age fucking 13, I got told by them that I was an unwanted child.
It's not good behavior. No, that's terrible.
Whatever kid, whatever age. Yeah. It's also thanks to them that they kicked me off onto the streets. This is not consensual.
No, that's terrible.
I did not ask to be born into this fucking life. And there is, for me, no selfless reason to naturally reproduce, especially if you have seen the situation in foster care where there are so many children. If I wanted kids of my own, then I would go like, okay, why? Well, the only fucking reason would be I want a mini-me. That is selfish. especially
I
with
don't qualify
chronic
to
illnesses.
foster or to
I would
adopt,
not-
so that they're out of my things. I don't qualify for that. So
Why
Yeah,
don't
but
you
can-
qualify for adoption?
Obviously, it
Because
sounds
if you
like
don't
Leon.
qualify for adoption, then
I don't
childbirth is
qualify.
as fucked up.
I mean,
I don't qualify for adoption.
Obviously,
I am-
what Leon said is absolutely terrible, and, and it was worse than my child. But I was beaten every single day by my father, every single day for years and years and years and years. I don't touch my children. I don't beat them. I don't harm them in any way. So he's not passed his terrible parenting over to me. And I do a way better job than he did. I'm not perfect. I mess up sometimes, but I do, as far as I'm aware, a pretty decent job at bringing up my kids. Now, there are awful things that happen to kids, like Leon, like he's just told us about, and things that happened to me when I was a kid, I don't want to go into, apart from obviously the beatings, which I'm not going to talk about. But it doesn't mean that life isn't worth living, or you can do a better job. You can make your children not have that insufferable existence. You can make sure that you don't pass on that misery onto future generations. You can teach them a better way, and that's the only way we're going to start getting, I know it sounds like a weird sort of like simplistic view of the situation, but I've had a terrible childhood in many ways. Hence me trying to eat myself to nearly 34 stone. It's a lot of psychological problems up here, but I do not pass them on. And I'm not saying that everyone else is like me, but but I've done my best to make sure that my kids have the best start. They may go into like Grumpy said, they may go into a shitty job. They may end up living on the streets. I'll do my best to make sure that never happens, but I can't 100% guarantee it. But what's the alternative?
Okay, I want to interject. I want to interject here. Let me just say.
And Cherie would kill me if she hadn't been allowed to have children, by the way.
I can't believe you actually think that's the same as like me having a kid, where I actually want kids. Like, I would never be like your parent because I fucking want kids. So I would never kick my kid out in the street and be like, I never wanted you, because that would be ridiculous. You could just play this clip right now and be like, how much I fucking love kids. So obviously people having kids when they don't want kids is stupid. That's not the same as wanting kids and having kids because you really want them.
I can understand why Leon doesn't want them. He's had a pretty hard time.
It's not the same.
Well, this is what I want to add, right? So Leon, Leon, you were in, you've gone through hell, and I abhor what your parents did and the family that put you in that position. However, you are still alive. You're in a shit situation at the moment, but just around that corner, things may change, and you may have the most amazing life waiting for you just around the corner. And you never know. And then you may just come back on here and say, I am so glad I was born. You may say that, or you may not. It is a gamble, and I get it. It is a selfish act to have children. It is a selfish act. No, there's no denying that. That is... you do get urges to have children. I've thought about.
I'm not so sure it is selfish completely.
I don't mean that in the negative way.
No, I mean that my life would have been way easier in a way without.
Okay, let me put it another way. Let me put it another way. Okay, if I hadn't have had my son, I'd have been shot or been in prison by now. My feet got grounded when I had my son. Yeah, that's what my son did for me. Yeah, I was in a very dodgy lifestyle, which could have gone very wrong very, very quickly. And because I got the responsibility, I no longer got myself in situations where I could have ended up at the bottom of a deep fucking lake somewhere with concrete boots on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it can be a selfish act, but I agree. Leon, if those things hadn't happened to you in the past, maybe you would have a different view now, obviously. So, but everything with hindsight is a lot better, obviously, so.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. And I really do hope things turn around for you, mate. I really do.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you had such troubled time as well. I know I to a degree know how you feel, and it's not good.
I'm going to drop Wahita because Asshole is sat there chomping at the bit. Have you got anything to say, Wahita, while you're there?
I'm just going to say, fuck them kids, and that is all.
Fuck them kids.
Profound. Wait, what does he mean by that?
Oh no, not this one again.
I did have Jose earlier, but he's
I
disappeared
just
again.
want to add as well. What are you guys' thoughts on? Because I've been seeing this a lot, and basically, like a lot of anti-vegans, they're accusing the vegan movement of being anti-human. They all want to eradicate the human existence, and they're all like a human, like killing cult. And so, like, because the thing is that they're anti-vegans, right? And the non-vegans, they're listening to us, and so, like, they're hearing a lot of like anti-natalist stuff as well, and they're thinking like, oh my god, they want to like end human existence, and they hate people, and they're just like these hateful people that hate people, and they don't want people to like have children. They just want our like species to end. And like because I've seen, like, I listen to like anti-vegans, and I watch anti-vegan stuff obviously because I make responses videos to them, but it's like, yeah, like I'm starting to see, like, I mean, I don't think that's the reason. Like, I know there's a lot of vegans that are having babies and whatever, but there is this part of the vegan movement, or at least, I mean, it's not the vegan movement, but like a lot of vegans that are also like anti-natalist and not just that, but say they hate people and everything like that. And it is starting to feel like, well, yeah, like it is a big turnoff.
I think they're two separate issues: veganism, anti-natalism. Anti-natalism, obviously, much more controversial. But there's certainly a Venn diagram. No, you make those eyes like, but you have to understand where anti-natalists are coming from. Like, look at climate change, look at recession and everything going on. The chances of you bringing in a child into the world who isn't going to die from water wars is quite low these days. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I'm exaggerating, obviously, but you know what I mean.
Okay, folks. Right, listen. Right, we've got Vegan Dragon who wants to come in, and he's got something to tell us, a story. I've got Jose, and this is the last two that are going to come on tonight. So, any volunteers to drop off for a few minutes?
I will. I'll just say first, before you leave me, I'm not anti-parent or anything like that. I can only talk for myself.
No one's saying that at all, Reese.
No, I just want to set the record because my anxiety's through the roof right now. Like I made.
Oh no! Don't get like
that. I'm not having to go at anyone. For me, it's not for me. All right.
No. It doesn't need to be for you. Doesn't need to be.
Yeah. All right. So just get into it.
Do it.
Leon, I'll just drop you as well.
Okay. Okay, that was a little weird.
What's Jose doing?
What the heck?
I don't know. Jose, where's your mother? Hello.
That's your mother.
You wanted to see her?
Okay, so Vegan Dragon, you've got something for us. What do you want to tell us?
Yeah, so we're talking about like anti-natalism and such, and like my upbringing was a very strange one, and I've never talked about this publicly. I haven't posted about this anywhere. This is like the first time I ever talked about this because of reasons. I was beaten by my father as during growing up, and it wasn't like I was like beaten to blood or something, but if we got like violent, he punched back basically. I also experienced my mum being held down on the couch as very young, and I was like stick to my head. My father's views on children and such is very strange. I've felt most of my life like I am a workforce for him. Like he has us as sort of, it's sort of like a old time type of mentality. So he has always told me when we were young that when he gets old, then we are the ones that are supposed to take care of him. So that's that type of like old fashioned type of way of thinking. And always I've had different views than my father as well. He has always been like trying to bring us onto like hunting, fishing, that type of thing, and I've like never had that type of interest, and he has never had any interest of telling me anything, especially now when I went vegan. That branch of the family, many of them has like sort of like distanced themselves from me, not like completely, but like, yeah, that sort of thing. My sister, she has gotten a lot of kids the last 10 years. In the beginning, she had some huge depression, so she actually hated my nephew the first 2 years when he was alive. I had like my nephew 30% or something like that. We kind of all took care of him because my sister didn't like him. It has gotten better, but I still see huge issues with my sister as well in that regard. I feel like I have a very huge biases when it comes to children in that sense about having them. That said, personally, I'm definitely going to have a vasectomy after a while. I've also decided to not have any penetrational sex till I have gotten a vasectomy because of I don't feel responsible for having children. I'm not sure if like don't get me wrong, but like I've sort of had in my head, are there good dads out there? Because most people that I talk to kind of talk about like the dads like they're horrible people. And
I'm okay.
Yeah, Mooncat. Yeah,
Okay.
you're a horrible dad.
Can I just interrupt there, Vegan Dragon?
Sure.
Can I ask how old you are at the moment?
29.
You're 29. I didn't have my child till I was 34.
Yeah.
So quite late in life, compared with a lot, in the early 20s. And your position might change. Your reasoning might change about things in the future as time goes by, even within 6 months. So I would not personally do anything as drastic as a vasectomy if I was you, because it's one of those decisions that it can be reversed, but they very rarely work. And you may regret. It's one of those things that you may regret. There's other ways of contraception, so it's not the be all and end all. So I wouldn't make a rash decision like that if I was you, because
my brother had one child and then he had a vasectomy in his very early 20s.
I had one child and a vasectomy.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it was good for him. He didn't seem to be really up for kids generally, and even when life's gone on, I don't think he would have particularly enjoyed more of them by what's gone on over the years. So, for him, yeah, but it's hard to say. As Grumpy says, it's pretty hard to undo once you've done it. So maybe give it a little bit.
Jose, would you have children when you're older? Are you?
When he's a grown up?
Children are annoying. Say no.
So I don't want any kids, but that might change. I don't know.
Why do you think that right now? Is it because the responsibility, the money, the cost? What is it that?
It's all those things, and like, I don't want to have children because like I want to have like the free time and like money to do other things, like do projects and sing songs and like do a lot of activism, and so I don't want to have children.
Would you put yourself in a position like, say, Vegan Dragon is contemplating of having a vasectomy and killing the chance of ever going down that route? Or
No, he just said that he wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't get a vasectomy.
Okay.
But
yeah, I don't feel like I'm a responsible human enough. Like I got problems with myself that I can't deal with. So if I were to like bring a child into the world, I don't feel like that would be responsible for me. So that's all.
Not really gonna happen.
Look, it's one of the offending animals.
Why did your dad have you? Why did your dad have you? Tell me, why did your dad have you?
Give him a moment to answer she's going to answer the question, aren't you, Bella?
Well,
why do you think I had children, including you, obviously?
Because you're stupid.
Would you have preferred I hadn't had children and you didn't exist?
No.
There we go.
I'm glad you're stupid.
Yeah, she's glad I'm stupid.
I love her. Can I adopt her?
No, I'll keep this one. I got another 3.
Right.
No, okay.
Have you got anyone else I can pick?
About is that you think you're funny.
I do think I'm funny. Go on your way, kid. You're not.
But anyway, I mean, let's sort of brush this topic down now, because all I want to say is I think if anybody out there is thinking maybe to have kids, it is something to think about. Like Jose is saying that he wants to live his life. He wants to do the things he wants to do in life. So maybe he'll be 30 or 40, and it doesn't matter if you're a vegan. You can have kids when you're 99 because you're vegan, because you know you're all more virile anyway.
I'm worried about my vegan
yeah. So there's a reason why Vegan Dragon doesn't think with certain issues that he's got that he would be a good father. So he's thought about it. So I think what we can take away from all this is that we should think deeply before we do have kids, because the last thing we want to do is to bring life onto this planet and it just to go through a life of hell, which is quite easily to happen. But listen, guys, I'm going to start wrapping up a little bit now.
Can I ask one thing, because another one of his species are on the stream here. Vegan Dragon, can you tell this guy to go vegan?
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, you've been told now. Don't have a word with yourself.
He might have COVID, Vegan Dragon. That sounded a bit dodgy, that.
Yeah, a little bit dodgy.
Right. Okay, listen, guys. It's been brilliant tonight. I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to do another one next month. But it's really cool to get everybody on and just chat shit and talk about stuff and promote our channels. It's great to see everyone face to face, see new faces like Yanaha and everybody else who's come on. It's great to hear from Leon, hear his story, Vegan Dragon's story. It's really cool, and I think we should do this more often.
I want to see me next Sunday.
Yes, well, you're here to promote, so get promoting now before we.
I was just going to say, next Sunday, is that the 20th, Grumpy? I can't remember. I'm terrible with dates. Yeah, Sunday the 20th. So the 20th of this month, 7:30 p.m. In UK time, whatever that is where you are. We're talking about veganism, and is it healthy for humans? We all know that veganism is about the animals, but health is a big thing. So we're going to be discussing it. Come along and chat. On my channel, the Vegan Podcast.
Thanks, Mark.
Grumpy will be there.
Of course he will.
So the VCC server, the Vegan Content Creators, will also be having a live stream on the 20th. I don't know the exact time, but I think it's not going to be during yours.
It's on Vegan Dollhouse's channel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big sorry to Vegan Dollhouse. I'm sorry you didn't get on. If you'd come back, I would have made room for you. But sorry about that. You did try and get on. But as you can see, it was hectic tonight. There's too many people with no lives at the moment. I'll try and get Peace with Reese back on to say a few last words, and Wahita, of course, who's been on.
Hey
guys, I have a joke.
So sorry.
I have a joke.
Yes.
The vegan. It's somewhat related to veganism. So, like, why do people consider meat to be manly, but they don't consider tofu to be manly?
No idea.
Because meat causes erectile dysfunction. I came up with it. Oh, no,
what?
I'm getting it. Yeah.
Is that it? Is that your joke? Right, listen, Jose, some advice for you, my friend. Here's some advice for you. Stick to dancing. Stick to singing. Yeah? Don't do comedy. It ain't working for you, bro. It ain't working for you.
I got a better one.
Go.
But then I just go spoil it all by saying something stupid like I'm vegan.
Now be very careful, John.
Is this the kind of jokes we're doing? All right, then I've got a joke. I'm a wanker.
Well, that's not true.
That song is about dating, but as soon as you say you're vegan, now everything is just.
Wait, I got another one. Like,
oh fuck.
You know how you said, vegan granddad, how you wanted to get with my mom?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I wanted to go with
several occasions, several times.
If it takes, like, if my mom cheating on my dad with you, if that's what it takes for her to go vegan, then I'll totally support her.
I don't think that would be technically going vegan though, because she'd just be eating meat.
Okay. There we go.
I'm sorry. But you also have a copy of my first Ladybird vegan joke book.
You've never stopped perving on her. My God, it's practically stalking Grumpy.
Oh my God. I'm learning Spanish though.
What phrases have you got so far? Would you like to go out with Jose's mother?
Jigga jig.
What do you call an elephant in a telephone booth?
Go on.
Cramped.
What do you call an elephant in a telephone booth?
What do you call an elephant in a telephone booth?
Stuck.
All right. Those are just the...
Any more jokes?
No jokes.
It's not worth it.
Any more jokes?
No.
I'm not a joker.
Okay, I've got one for you. What's pink and wrinkly and hangs out my underpants? My mum. Oh no, it won't translate that to the Europeans, will it? Hang out my underpants mean hang out on the washing line. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, that could be really taken a different way, couldn't it? That?
Yeah,
oh my God.
I was about to say hemorrhoids.
Yeah, you got to be careful, haven't you, on the international street? Right, well, listen, let's wrap it up. Asshole for Animals. Any last words for
yeah, last shout out to the Carnage Police server. The rules are stated in the rules and stuff, and it's basically open debates, 1v1 at the moment, vegan versus vegan, Carnage versus vegan, and there can be an audience. It's not big right now, but we're trying to get it bigger. So I'll just put the link in the live stream chat.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, and let me know, and I will be happy to join in those. Yeah, definitely. Thanks a lot, asshole. And that leaves 4. Any last words, Vegan Dragon? Vegan Dragon's going next.
Yeah. You're handsome.
Thank you. I know I am.
And now the real stream can start. That was all a warm-up. Now it's just us.
Yeah, it is. Right, so Mooncat, you've got a stream next week. Next Sunday,
7:30 p.m.
It's going to be great. Can't wait. Look forward to it. I'll try and get on it if I can.
Look forward to a good chat. What do you mean if you can?
I might be busy. I've got a social life. You know what I mean?
Stop having one.
Twat. Reese, my friend.
Yes. So, coming out on my channel tomorrow, a guy shot his dog and then barbecued them, right? And I made a video where I defend that. So if you want to see where exactly I'm going with this, that's my channel name. There.
Reese with Reese.
That's it. Don't click it because it's just going to pause the stream. But just type it in YouTube. Go subscribe to me over there. Because I'm desperate for attention. Cheers.
God.
We're all desperate for attention. That's why
that's what we're here. I'm desperate for people to go vegan. I'm not desperate for attention. Listen, Emily, thank you for staying up so late and joining the stream. It's been a pleasure to have you on, even if you have a bit of a psychedelic, weird background. I love you loads. What have you got coming up?
Huh?
What have you got coming up?
I'm going to be doing so me and Carnism Debunked just came out with a video where he's going to release it in sometime this week. I'm going to be doing a collab video with Jose about an anti-vegan channel. That's good. And I've got a few other ideas for marketing because I need to make more money. I need to make more money. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go back to fucking construction.
We don't want that. Right, listen, stay on the stream after because I'm going to chat to everybody after the stream, but I'll end it here. I'll speak to you in a minute. Right, listen, people, thank you so much for joining. Really good. We talk about anything, as you can see. No holds barred. Hope you all enjoy it. I hope you all get the courage to come on and join me next time and give your channels a bit of a boost. Come and talk to me, come and roast me. But thanks for joining. See you all soon.